Okay, we live? Okay. I told you guys to invest in that bear. People that invested in the bear yesterday is very profitable due to the fact that, Dow Jones dropped 900 points starting off, and then 700 points literally literally finishing off the whole day. But we're going to talk about credit, and we're going to talk about real estate. We're going to talk about a potential another lockdown. Because if there is potential, because we got the Delta variant situation when it comes to the UK, and everything is pretty much being on that sentiment here in California of another lockdown, even though other states is going to be operating fully in full generation. There's a lot of confusion. I'm not no medical expert. I'm just the financial guy. But a lot of stuff, it seemed like when it comes to situations of healthcare, biotech, in the aspect of a potential next another stimulus. Hey, see, I haven't seen you in a minute. Respect to you. But when it comes to the aspect of a potential another stimulus, you got a lot of potential, pretty much sentiments of saying that, well, it either would have to be the infrastructure bill, which a lot of stock plays that I've given people to be able to make more money on the aspect of infrastructure bill, because we got XL Fleet, we got the lithium stock companies, as we mentioned yesterday. We got a lot of pink current merger stocks that we mentioned as well. Uh, Potential next stimulus can be able to do another big pump, but we're going to have a potential another bear market, I think. When it comes to the sentiment, people should just stay focused on one, capturing payments, transactions, and just make sure that they can invest to be able to beat out the inflation, because people that make money based off of bulks of payments, not hourly wage people that just focus on just wages is going to be in for a large reckoning. But respect to Sal that's coming in. I see Sal. Respect to my man Sal, you didn't call me. You got my personal. But like I said, when it comes to economic situations, people should just focus on being more diligent on what's their plan. Do they have money set aside to be able to focus on certain investments that can leverage their money? Because people that I mentioned on previous episodes that invest into the bear market, California sentiment is on another lockdown. Like California, and it seemed like the West Coast, they're pretty much having aspects of cases and situation of they're saying more deaths. But I'm like I said, I am not a medical expert. I'm just a person that pretty much just focus on the stock market, real estate, credit industry. Like we got FICO score 10, the FICO 10 situation. People need to focus on getting their credit repaired, getting any debts that are on their personal, getting that swept off. So if there is a big financial Armageddon again, like it was in March 2020, people are at least ready to be able to make money off of it. Because I told you guys about the bear Dow Jones, the bear SP 500, and also certain bull positions when it comes to treasury bonds. Because treasury bonds is somewhat secured, because like I showed yesterday, I gave you a couple plays when it comes to NSAV. So that's NSAV. NSAV, a cryptocurrency exchange that's literally second in the nation, pretty much blew up yesterday 50%. I showed you guys on the last episode on how it did blew up. So it's an open panel. If anybody wants to join the discussion, feel free to join the discussion. If anybody have any questions, feel free to join. But I try to keep everybody either informed when it comes to my list, when it comes to the emails that I do have. If anybody have any questions, if anybody want to join the discussion, feel free. Please like, share, subscribe. If anybody need my email, creditbuilder475@gmail.com. That's creditbuilder475@gmail.com. If anybody wants to donate, Mr. Perfect 23G, $ Mr. Perfect 23G. But we're going to look at the Dow Jones and see what's the sentiment of the market today as we speak. People should just be focused on more or less of how to hedge on big losses, because we can't have it where people is either on buy the hip situation when it comes to a big bear market like that. Right now, the Dow Jones is up 500 points. So I'm going to share my screen to be able to show you the sentiment, and we can get to credit, and we can get to real estate, and we can be able to have the aspects of if there is another potential lockdown, what would be the sentiment or the strategy for you? Because people should always have a proactive and then a reactive mindset when it comes to that, because you have a lot of scenarios of the administration either pretty much stating that we need to have less funding for direct stimulus and more on infrastructure. But right now, I hope you guys can see my screen. Okay. So I tell people all the time, if you're going to invest in the bear, you always invest in the bull side, because this is up 570 points as we speak currently. But it was down 900 points. So these huge sell-offs, people should see that yesterday was a huge sell-off, while today is a huge buyback in. People should always notice you always buy the dip. Always buy the dip. What's in between in that middle is the dip. You always buy the dip and profit off of the run the next day. Because this is the 1 month sentiment when it comes to the Dow. 6 months, year to date, 1 year officially, and you pretty much get the whole gist. But it says here, Dow suffers biggest drop of the year as Delta variant fears hit Wall Street hard. Dow falls more than 700 points in the worst day since October. Stock market news live. Stocks rally in the face of COVID Delta variant spelled as jitters of inflation. I already know jitters of inflation. So I'm going to send you guys the link so you can see the source of this news article on Yahoo Finance. But, you have situations of a lot of jitters. So people should have their treasury bonds. People should always have their Bear 3X when it comes to jitters of this Delta variant type of situation that affects the market. So it says here, stocks rally on Tuesday with Wall Street recouping much of its previous sessions. Steep losses as bargain hunting. Like I said, bargain hunting is buying the dip. This term of bargain hunting is buying the dip. People should always buy the dip, even if a situation of if you do have a position where you're down, you always have liquid cash set aside to go bargain hunting so you can be able to profit off of the rise. But it says here, bargain hunting momentarily counterbalanced the rising of COVID-19 infections. On Monday, major benchmarks suffered their worst declines of 2021, overwhelming quarterly earnings that has unfortunately reflected on a strong rebounds of the rising case count driven by the Delta variant. So I got you guys the link. I'm not going to over expound because a lot of situations like that is pretty much just easily just one sentence read. But, food delivery has jumped. People should focus on the same situations that made money the first time, the second time when it comes to this. But this is the link. If anybody wants to join in the panel, feel free to join in. People that's coming in, please like, share, and subscribe. I love and appreciate everybody that is coming in. I definitely want more of a discussion. This is an open panel. If anybody wants to join in, feel free to join in. That is the link. So people should always focus on buying the dips when it comes to certain positions, and always find a hedge when needed be. When need be, you can be able to make money off of the hedge. You can be able to see that, when stocks are down, you buy the dip. So when it rallies like it is today, it's up 570 points today. So people that have the 3x bull and the 3x bear, people should always hedge on both the Dow Jones bear and bull. I don't know, this situation of the website is lagging. Respect to Miss J. If people would get vaccinated, COVID wouldn't be a big deal or deadly. 90% of people who are dying aren't even vaccinated. Well, Miss J, that's definitely your opinion. I definitely try to be able to look things more nuanced. But if you want to be able to come up on the panel, feel free. This is definitely an open panel. But I'm definitely a person that do whatever you feel that's best in your interest. I'm definitely a person that feels that, if you choose to be able to do the vaccination, that is your business. I am not a person that like to either push or sway certain people to go my way. If you feel that, you need to be able to do what you are doing, then cool. I'm not a person that be able to deem on it. I am not God. I am not the supreme leader. I am not the authoritarian figure. I'm just a person that just look at the news. So, so when it comes to a potential lockdown, it's on an aspect of the sentiment. I don't know if, because California is pretty much definitely guaranteed, because California is definitely already have that sentiment. Like states like Nevada, Arizona, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia. We already pretty much seen that people that went to California went to Georgia when there was lockdown. So, there's people that pretty much flew to Atlanta, Georgia, and flew to all over Florida to be able to get involved when it comes to that. So, me personally, I'm in Nevada, and the sentiment when it comes to another lockdown, there's a lot of people that's going to push back, of course, because it crushes the economy. And a lot of people aren't even positioned to take advantage of the digital economy to manage to take advantage of more additional stimulus. One, two, the rise of e-commerce and people staying home to buying more stuff. Three, additional physical stimulus plus the child tax income credit. So the child tax income credit is $250 a month. Plus, California has rolled out their $600 stimulus payment as well. So it should have some forms of retail sales that goes up. People should always be more diligent on when is retail sales is going up. Because I told people about Walmart pre-third stimulus to take advantage of, due to the fact that the Walmart CEO was pushing for a third stimulus and pushing for a fourth stimulus. The fourth stimulus will probably come either 2022 in January, when they can do the Budget Reconciliation Act. Biden-Harris administration will either have Congress backing a situation before the midterms, because they got to be before the midterms if they're going to push out another additional stimulus. But I told everybody in previous episodes, people should get involved when it comes to treasury bonds, gold ETFs that are 3x leverage. Because if you saw what happened yesterday, of 900 points of the Dow Jones going down and 700 of it closing, people that had their bear positions, like I told people to do, it's a cynical play, it's a cynical position, but you can be able to profit off of downturns where everybody don't know what to do. But healthcare, bull 3x, meaning that it's a healthcare, which is ticker CURE. That's Cure. Cure is the bull healthcare 3x. You can be able to profit off of a downturn, be able to use certain profits that you do gain off in the market to be able to put aside and use house money. Because if you made 120 off of a $90 investment, off of a bear position, you may put $30 in and just put $90 in your pocket and just use the house money. So, Summerlin is a very popular Las Vegas market as well. So, you have a lot of California people that's going to make Las Vegas market booming. And also Arizona, Texas, and also the South. So people should always get prepared of new buyers that's in. You should focus on new development in your area. If you see vacant properties in a nice neighborhood or in your area that isn't crime ridden, isn't have a situation of certain type of abnormalities where construction people can't do development in that area, you can be able to take advantage of it by doing the tax assessor records. You can go to the tax assessor, the city records, look at certain type of positions to be able to benefit off of getting a contract negotiated, and also finding a city developer, fix and flipper from either Bigger Pockets online or the We Buy Houses people that you see all over on TV. You just take their number down and just call them up and see what type of deal it is. But, a potential another lockdown is pretty much on the way. It seemed like it because, you have a situation where numbers, as the machines say, the media machine pretty much says it's not going down. California is good for tax deeds. California is definitely good for tax deeds. It's definitely good for the vacation, the summer beaches. But, I think people should just focus on either knowing what's their strategy. If they're either going to get invested or have some type of hedge or a business where they can capture transactions, leverage the transaction to get bank statement loans, and be able to use the bank statement loans to leverage on either other investments involving in real estate for a down payment, or just be able to use as a war chest for any type of endeavors involving either what's in your city. Because a lot of you guys that's in the chat and people that's watching the replay that email me, you live in good markets that if you just had the lender, had the construction team, you'll be good. You'll be very good when it comes to plotting on a situation to take advantage of. But this is an open panel for all the people that's coming in. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please join the panel. I like people that either challenge my thought or has more information when it comes to some valuable information in their market, because people should know what's going on when it comes to construction, development, their credit. People should always focus on getting their personal correct and getting LLC set up, the situation, the business trade lines, getting a good starting opening deposit on their LLC, and be able to fund their LLC. Yes, lender and construction team. Yes, Mr. Williams. If you got those two components, you find an asset or you have a property that's either seller financing, owner financing, or it's been on the property for 100 damn days in the market, you can be able to negotiate something. So you just have to either have bank statement loans, stated income loans, asset-based lending, a good insurance policy, something where it involves, yes, business trade lines plus LLC, and an opening deposit. Yes, that is the component. That is the direct component. So yes, that would be the direct component. Focus on either getting a good scale up, focus on assets, focusing on your networking, construction people, lenders, business groups, developers. You can even do some good sweat equity deals where you can find the deals for them, and to be able to leverage 2 or 3 deals that are successful where they can get it for $50,000, they can put $50,000 in, but they can resell it for $220 successfully on Zillow, because Zillow is pretty much the key of getting a lot of overvalued properties to be able to get sold. So, we're going to look at Houston market. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to look at the Houston market. If anybody wants to join in, open panel, feel free to come in. But Houston, Texas homes for sale. And we're going to look at businesses for sale as well. So we're going to look at Houston businesses for sale, homes for sale. Because even though Houston has that city tax, it's still cheaper than California. It's still cheaper than California because we got an exit tax here in California. So, y'all pretty much got a luxury of no state income tax. Only thing you got to pay is the city situation when it comes to the schools and the property tax. But your tax the tax lien, tax deed is at 12%. It's higher than anybody in the nation. So people should look at those for the situation and percentage, and people should look at California on the aspect of equity. Because if people want big equity homes and they got set aside of $15,000, $30,000 of business credit, they got to create another LLC when it comes to opening deposits to actually get some good trade lines and be able to get $20,000 each on a trade line to be able to leverage for your down payment or tax deeds. Because cash for deed is pretty much the situation people can all look for. Because I helped situations of people in North Carolina to be able to get involved on it. So if anybody wants to come in the panel, feel free. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to look at Houston homes. People should look at the listings of the property, be able to see when their property is listed. People should always get a good realtor, do the side deal with a realtor if need be, if they're going to play hardball. But, we're going to look at, I want to look at HomeSnap. Hold on. For sale. Okay, HomeSnap. Because HomeSnap has it where it's not old listings. So we can look at that. We can look at the data. We can look at certain data points and be able to see what it would be a good position for people to take advantage of. Because if people got 30,000 liquid, they can be able to take advantage on a seller financing or properties that's been on the market that's not seller financing, to negotiate seller owner financing where they can be able to leverage a down payment, be able to sublet, use Airbnb as advertisement for the property, and be able to get a good sentiment of what's going on, of getting something that's a lease payment of $1,500 and be able to do the $3,200 a month or $4,000, depending on the location, the square footage of the house, and also the condition of the house, plus the amenities inside the house that you can also add as well. People manage to rent out the situations with good amenities and furnishing inside the house to be able to rent it out. So, it's depending on your strategy. One, your advertising, your promotion. People should focus on Instagram ads, Facebook ads. Facebook ads because you can target basic incomes. Instagram ads because you can target either a luxury brand or just start up your own page when it comes to a lot of these properties and listings. So these are beautiful homes. And these are 330. This is 330. And like I said, you never buy the property at its listing price. You always try to either have a situation where you can either do a 280 negotiation where you can negotiate it downward, or have your starting price at 265, then you work your way up. But you never start at too close of 329. You always try to be able to get some money saved and some equity on the deal. But this is Roseland Road, Houston, Texas, zip code 77091. A lot of YouTubers be living in Roseland Road. I notice a lot of YouTube influencer, big YouTubers be living in this area. And their houses are like 400, 500,000. So, people should just always understand that credit can be leveraged for a down payment, or credit can be leveraged for an asset-based lending situation, no docs type situation, or low docs, because you got no docs and low docs. And low docs is where they would need a 4509 tax form or some form of tax forms, but bank statement loan is more flexible than the low docs, of course, because you just have to get stable income and a stable credit report to be able to get involved in a situation like this. But when it comes to real estate, you got to use the stated income loan for a fix and flip. Like this one right here, this is pretty much already furnished. Well, already look like it's clean. It just needs to be furnished. If you do add some amenities, you would probably add something in the backyard. But everything is pretty much clean from the pictures. And this is only $329 if you can be able to get to the realtor and be able to negotiate downward, or be able to look at the city records to find out who's the owner or who's the owner of the LLC, to be able to get in contact with the seller. So we got Coolest Pomeranian in the back. Respect to everybody that's tuned in. That's just one of the properties that I saw that's in Houston that I actually like. So, okay. Yo.
Yo, real deal. What's good, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, man. It's just yeah. Saw you as loud. Thought I'd hop on here a little bit.
You saw the property, right?
The property.
Yeah, the Houston, Texas property. That situation.
Wait, wait a minute. Did I drop off or did he drop off? I guess he dropped off. All right.
Like I said, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
I don't know. StreamYard be kicking me off sometimes, but like I said, with the property, you can be able to get a situation like that. Either be in the market for 50 to 100 days or even longer, be able to get seller financing negotiated, and to be able to get access to their property using the personal credit that you build up by getting your credit repaired, getting some trade lines, and actually going to some credit unions like Key Bank, DCU, Marcus Loan, SoFi Bank, and getting the funding access due to the fact that, fintech and also credit unions have lower underwriting standards than big commercial banks like Bank of America, Chase Bank, Deutsche Bank, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo. So people should leverage credit unions to get the access to the down payment for either a property on a loan or a seller financing situation, a non-bank or tax deeds, cash for deed type properties. Because with moratoriums under the current administration that's in the White House, people can be able to take advantage of the fact that they're either not going to extend it or they're going to do either every month or every other month to be able to take advantage of the deeds. So people can be able to take advantage of tax foreclosures, the tax forbearance either running dry or pretty much being pushed down the road, because eventually they're going to have to get rid of it. They're gonna have to get rid of it. So if anybody wants to join in, please join in the conversation. This is an open panel. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. If anybody wants my email to get in contact with me, creditbuilder475@gmail.com. But it's an opportunity. Like, I'm not doom and gloom. Because if it is a sentiment of doom and gloom, I'm sorry. I try to give people a solution when it comes to this, because it's definitely something where, you have the UK dealing with the Delta variant, and the UK. I got UK clients that's pretty much saying that I don't know what to say, real. we got people that's pretty much on the aspect of getting ready to lock down. Jobs is getting crushed. Business is getting crushed. People don't know what to do. There's aspects of people just trying to be able to figure out what is a strategy to be able to at least uh, beat certain type of inflationary, like in bonds. I told people about the oil and gas stocks with dividends months ago. I told people about tech situations, weed plays before they blew up. But people should just focus on what the executive orders are. People should focus on paying current mergers, FDA approval stocks. Focus on your personal credit for one, getting the personal credit so you can be able to work your way up for business credit, then get the corporate credit when it comes to commercial buildings. To get these commercial buildings that's in NYC or Houston, because Houston got a beautiful market. Texas is Texas is going to rise due to the fact that, you have no state taxes. You got a lot of people that's coming in with big incomes. You got Elon Musk when it comes to the Austin situation, when it comes to Starbase. I'm pretty much happy for Texas because Texas is going to remain still strong. Texas and Florida, Georgia, North, South Carolina, when it comes to their open economies, it's really going to be New York, California, and Nevada. Well, Nevada is pretty much have the sentiment of trying to still remain open, but people just got to focus on what is their state doing. Is there any type of government funding when it comes to grant programs, when it comes to either mentorships, when it comes to a business group? People should get involved when it comes to coming outside, because if right now we're in a time period of everybody going outside. If you're going to go outside, make connections when it comes to certain business groups and adding value, negotiating some type of sweat equity deal, JV partnership, to be able to leverage the opportunities of people being outside that actually do have resources and you have the deals. Because like I say all the time, they are so big where they didn't see the deal, but you're so little that you can't afford the deal. You can find a deal, but you don't have the aspect of either personal funding, which is no fault of yours, but no access to either personal funding, corporate funding, business funding, or a partnership that can get you the access to that building. But you can do it where you negotiate a property using an assignment contract or signee on the terms, getting you a legal real estate lawyer to be able to negotiate a assignment fee where you can find a property that's $80,000 assigned to somebody that's $120,000, either on a double close to be able to get that net profit, or just a commission fee, because people need to get ready because development is coming. Because in the previous videos, we already analyzed the Chicago markets. We analyzed the Atlanta markets. We analyzed the Charlotte market. So, people should just be ready when it comes to what's in our market. So we're going to share my screen and we're going to look at Houston. Yes, Joe Rogan and Ben Shapiro has moved to Texas as well. You have a lot of people that moved to Texas. Matthew McConaughey has moved to Austin, and you got a lot of people with bigger money that's pretty much transitioning to the area. So I'm gonna share my screen. Can you see my screen? Cool. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, but this is a beautiful property right here, though. This is definitely a beautiful property. This is only for $329. People should negotiate off a starting price of $265 to start off, $275, $280. You work your way up either $5,000 to $10,000 up, but you never get it at the price because you don't want to overprice yourself on a situation, especially if the listing has been in the market. But this is a newly listed, so this is in the past 3 days. So this is probably either a fix and flip, a renovation situation where they pretty much already did the building. They already did the necessary building. They probably either got this for $150 and put either $70,000 in, or you got situations where they can get it for $50,000 and put $80,000 in and try to resell it for this price of $320. But it's a beautiful property. 77091. That's the zip code. So you got situations in League City, because I got people in League. City that are clients that are in League City, Pearland area. Okay, can you see my screen updated?
Yep, I see it.
Okay. So you see pretty much the prices either if it's in a house or a condo house, like, a situation like these homes, these would be like $1 million, especially this 435 one in Webster, Texas, 525 East Fork. This would be definitely $1 million here in California. Texas have a lot of properties that either would be $1 million or should be $1 million. So like, these are beautiful properties, man, and people should focus on looking at the tax foreclosures around certain areas to see if there's any tax foreclosures in East Fork, Webster, Texas, because this is a beautiful property. This is a beautiful property because with foreclosure, you probably get a situation for 285, 260 without trying to beat a seller down. You can find underwater properties that are literally either mortgages, tax foreclosures that's already behind, and find those certain situations to take advantage of, because this is a beautiful situation right here because it's 435. People negotiate, broker the situation down, be able to get this property in a cheaper area price. When it's 435 like this, you always, because with negotiating, when it comes to real estate, you make your money off the entry, not based off of you selling it. You make your profit off of negotiating it downward to get access to the property to either sublet it, to rent it out, to build up on it, make some renovations, or making any type of consistent development on the areas where you can be able to expand it out, to be able to rent it out on Airbnb, be able to charge $5,000-$6,000 a month on rent. But it has to be a point, an opportunity where you can be able to sublet it and get some profitability going in that area. Because these properties is going to be risen higher. These properties is going to be even higher in equity. And all the people that's coming in, please feel free to join in. Feel free to join in. This is an open panel. Please join in. I need more people to join in. I need 2 people to join in the panel. People need to join into the panel. Respect to you, Wadner. Respect to you, and we can be able to get people in the
But I think something happened to your audio, or it's on my end. Hold on. Fine. Yeah, but brother, real dude, you just cut out, man. You just cut out. I don't hear you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, can you hear me? Okay, I had to get my Uber Eats. My bad. I had to get my Uber Eats situation. So we're gonna look at. Yeah, my bad, man. I had to get my Uber Eats situation. So
Hey,
somebody
nothing wrong with
came at the door.
that.
But let's look at the Houston markets because it's still opportunity. Okay, so we do have a question in the chat. So respect to Butter. Butter have a question, and if everyone moves to Texas, doesn't that mean taxes will rise? Well, that's based off of political voting as well. Because if you have people that move from one demographic that has a certain political agenda, they usually tend to bring their politics with them in that new state. can you hear me? Am I acting up? Is my
No, I mean I hear you.
Okay, but like I said, only how taxes will rise if people have a political agenda that's for higher taxes that moves on, like California. People are scared that Californians will make everything blue. I'm not scared to say it. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it, but people are scared as hell that people from California will make everything blue, where higher taxes, situation of CTR and all of that, pretty much that liberal fringe, the fringe of the party that pretty much affluence everything when it comes to higher taxes, gas tax, because they would love to do Texas with the gas tax, because here in California we got a gas tax. So they have situations where yes, it can rise off of population, one, two, the political agenda of that population increase, and pretty much of them pretty much saying, well, we're here and we're just going to stay here, and not understanding that, you came here for lower taxes. You came here for deregulation of business. You came here because in California, for all the people that's coming in, this is an open panel. Feel free to join the panel. I definitely want more people to join the discussion. But like I said, when it comes to California, $800 a year off of an LLC type of fee. An LLC fee, meaning that when you create a business here in California, you have to pay an $800 franchise fee just for doing business here in the great state of quote unquote California. So that's why Nevada has been something that I've been looking at all this time, been back and forth from California and Nevada, to be able to focus on what's a better tax strategy for me and also for my clients to benefit from. Because I got clients that's in California that's pretty much stressing the fact of all these over regulations and an exit tax and situations like that. So, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to finally share my screen. StreamYard kicked me off. So we're going to look at some Houston properties, because Houston has a big market where Houston is going to be LA to South. Watch. But these are some beautiful properties, man. These are some beautiful visuals. These are some extremely beautiful visuals. People should always focus on negotiating, because this property right here would have been $1 million in California easily. And the mortgage is only $1,700. So if the mortgage is only $1,700, let me click back on that. If the mortgage is only $1,765 here, let me increase on that. You can be able to rent this bad boy out for $4,000 a month off of Airbnb and get you you could get a better net profit off of $2,300 a month, times that by 12. That would be $26,000 to $30,000 a year off of the seller financing. So with seller financing, you could probably get this 435 property with using the personal and business cash credit. Get you your personal straight where you got $60,000 in personal credit cards. You probably only use $20,000. Then you leverage the $20,000 to put into business credit and your opening checking deposit on your Bank of America and your credit unions as well. Get some more credit when it comes to your business. Be able to use that for a down payment on a seller financing property of $435, or get you a property negotiated of this one right here for $226. Get you in aspects of a situation $270, $240. Seller financing is here for the taking, and tax deeds. So, I'm just going off in comparison to California. California is so expensive where everything looks cheap. So these are the metrics here in Sam Houston. People should invest in a lot of medical centers. People that are in the medical tech, medical field should either focus on a franchise subway that's in a medical district where people can be able to come from the medical school, be able to spend money with you, be able to capture those transactions, capture those payments when it comes to positioning yourself either near Sam Houston or Lamar University, that's in Houston. I said Lamar. My bad for all my people that's from Houston, but Lamar University. So, seller financing, tax deeds, development on some land. People should just focus on what's their critical strategy. So people should always focus on the critical strategy. Cool Power Meridian, what do you guys say on this one, man? What's your input? And people that's coming in, this is an open panel. Please like, share, and subscribe. If anybody needs my email, creditbuilder475@gmail.com. That's creditbuilder475@gmail.com. It's an open panel. But Cool Power Meridian, what you got to say, man? I need your input.
I mean, man, I got some. What's your take on like this whole, market crash? I think you mentioned like Delta variant, shutdown situation happened.
I'm sorry, I'm eating. But when it comes to the Delta variant situation, if it does cause lockdowns, people should focus on e-commerce and leveraging the fact that everybody's in the house and to sell products that are trending, that's Google trending, and also have an audience base to position themselves to capture transactions to make money when people are in the house. Same thing with the situation we came in 2020, and everybody that made money in the pandemic made money off of e-commerce, digital advertising, digital marketing, positioning themselves, real estate, buying, building, or either in-house situations or in-house solutions. So people should just either get ready if it does come into that point, because it's not going to be every state that's going to go into lockdown or a potential lockdown.
Because yeah, it was it's odd, man. Cause I've been following this one particular stock, man. Here, Oxygen, like I guess they developed a vaccine, and I think they're like in phase 3 of the clinical trial. I think it's trying to get approved by the FDA for like emergency use, whatever. It's like I had like a couple shares, man. Had like 45 shares that I was holding on to. And yesterday, like I guess they had like the White House had a conference, and like they showed like the vaccines that they were going to use to combat the Delta virus, and they had like Moderna, Pfizer, Johnson. They had all those, but at the bottom they had Covaxin. I think the company that's I think Covaxin. I think it's an Indian company, but I think the American company is like it may be like Breathheart or something like that, something to that effect. There's a company name here in America that's actually gonna manufacture it once it gets approved. And so I'm just watching this thing. It like shoots up like 12% yesterday, and I'm just
I told you about DARE. I told you about Dare Biosciences Inc. And it blew up 50% when they got the $50 million grant with Bill Gates. That's still a play. I tell people all the time, that's still a play. Do not forget about that, because I don't want people to be mad that they didn't get in a good entry when it still gets funding from Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, because that's literally something that's just as big as the government, if bigger than the government when it comes to funding. Because Bill and Melinda Gates, they both got like what, 150 billion to 200 billion in accumulative wealth. So that's why I tell people all the time, man. Just have a consistent strategy and focus on benefiting off the upside and the downside. Because there is both sides you could profit on. Because I got the Bears that pretty much was laughing yesterday, and you got the Bulls laughing today. Like, let's look at this. Matter of fact, are you on your laptop?
Yeah, I'm on my laptop.
I'm gonna share your screen, and we're gonna look at the Dow Jones. For the people that's coming in, please like, share, subscribe, and please feel free to join the panel. But we're gonna look at the Dow Jones with your screen, so people can see what the market is doing. Because yesterday it tunked. Yesterday it sunk hard. And for the people that's coming in, open panel, please like, share, and subscribe. feel free to join in. Feel free to call in. I need more call-in people, man. I have people that have all these questions in the email, but if you contact with me right now, you don't have to be able to do a lot of strenuous stuff when it comes to email. But feel free to join in. I accept everybody. You know, everybody needs to get informed, but I'm sure it's Squid, all right?
All right.
All right. Okay, so it has a roaring bull. So it was 500 points when we first got on the stream. Now it's at 620. So pretty much people should always hedge, because I told people to have their bear positions ready for the Dow Jones and the SP 500 and have their bull ready just when it goes up after the sell-off, because yesterday had a massive sell-off because of the Delta variant. So when you asked about the Delta variant, that news was yesterday. Right now, we pretty much have today's news of people buying back in that stock. But if you scroll down, you can get the news. If you scroll down, people that's watching either click on the news. Matter of fact, click on the news. Click on Google News. Scroll up and look at news so people can understand why it rose back up. Because the new articles should be able to be upfront. Well, Adam, that's because Doge was pretty much based on hype. If it didn't have the hype from if Elon isn't pumping up Doge, then it doesn't have the beneficial. That's why I told y'all GMER was the play where if you was either bullish on crypto and NSAV. Matter of fact, you need to search up NSAV for the people that's coming in. NSAV stock, because that blew that 50% yesterday. And that was the second public cryptocurrency exchange that got accepted by the SEC. And that's still relatively cheap. I told y'all about that a couple weeks ago that it was going to get approved, and it's Netlink. So it's NSAV. It's up to date. It's still up to date after a huge run up, because it had a huge run up from the start. Took a dip, then rose back up, and looks like it took a dip as well. But still, I told you guys about this situation weeks ago. It's at $1 hold to me.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna pick me some of this up. I'm just waiting for my funds to clear.
Well, you wait for the dip. You wait for the dip. You never buy these stocks when it's running. You always look for good news, and when it is running, you wait for it, take a tail back, then wait for more news that justifies another run up. Because these situations have it where another run up is bound.
You know, but on this tip, man, have you heard of I think it's N. Yeah, I think that's the ticker. Have you heard this Netlist?
Yeah, that list blew up very big. Yes, that's in my list too. It's in my list.
Yeah, I just heard about this like a couple of days ago, and apparently have like a lawsuit with Google, and I guess that's what's causing this to like explode. So you go to like the 6-month chart, like it's up, a couple thousand, well, like 1,000 something freaking percent here. I think the lows is like $2. And from there, just like ran.
Yeah, I heard about this company. So yes, if people had call options, because I'm not an options person, but I know people that do come in the channel are options people. People that did an option play made money. I talked about this company potentially getting a Google lawsuit since January. It seemed like now in the past 6 months, it's starting to get some traction where it's up 1,000 and some change percent.
Yeah. And I don't know. Can you call options on this? Because I think it's like it's in the OTC. It's not on Nasdaq. So I don't think you can do call options on OTC stock.
Well, people do a bull spread option, a spread call. People still have their ways of still finagling around that. They invest in the company that is connected to this company that's involved in the NASDAQ. That's what they do. So they look for the company that's connected with this company. Because, you got one public stock, but you got like about 5 stocks that's either interconnected or directly connected based off of its partnerships, subsidiaries, private companies, you have situations of it being a baby company and the bigger company pretty much is on the NASDAQ and has juice when it comes to that. So people need to research when it comes to that. That's why you use Benzinga. Use OTC markets. You use Yahoo Finance. You use TradingView. You use a lot of these chat boards. You have to use a lot of information to be able to figure out and dig deep because you can't miss out on these plays. Because seem like this whole month has been nothing but big runners where every time I show a situation that was in my list months previous is blowing up because of a partnership, Pink Current, and for the people that's coming in, please like the video, Pink Current, merger, or some type of business transaction, or government funding, or government connections. Because I always tell people, look for the government connections type stocks like SXOOF. Is St. George's Mining Company that has connection with Paul Pelosi Jr. That's connected with Nancy Pelosi. Government funding. Then you got XL Fleet. Then you got ticker XL Fleet. You need to type in XL Fleet because XL Fleet is a government contract stock too. XL Fleet. Because that stock is government funded and people need to be informed when it comes to that because I don't want people to have the opportunity to complain because they didn't find out what it was. And that's like Joe Biden's biggest stock when it comes to this whole little electric vehicle shindig that they're trying to have everybody to go through. So that's XL Fleet. See, it took a dip and it rose back up. See, people should understand the concept of buying the dip. This is a long-term hold. The fundamentals when it comes to this beats the technical trading charts. Like right here, yes, it's down a month. It's going to be down 6 months. It's going to be down to the year to date. It's going to be down a year. So people to invest in a situation like this will be a fixed dollar cost average. Don't spend no more than $20 on this stock. Certain situations you put $50 in the stock. Certain situations you put $100, but you never overextend in a situation like this because this is a buy the dip opportunity. Because this stock was at $40 at one point. $40 at one point. But type in ticker NIO because I told people about that when it was like $18 to $25 a share. And people in this channel that have been sticking with me for 6 to 8 months has profit their money. Because it was at $20, $28 when I told people about this one.
Oh,
now it's at 43. NIO, that's the Chinese Tesla, man. Let me mute up. If anybody wants to come in, please click on the link. Feel free.
Yeah, man, this NIO like right now is a pretty pretty decent time to hop in.
Neo is buy the dip opportunity.
Yeah,
Look at the
gotta get
news.
that
Scroll
dip.
up and look at the news. Look at the news. Look at Google News. Xpeng is their other homie. Well, their other competitor. They ain't really homies, but they really competitors, and they're trying to be the big homie when it comes to Chinese electric vehicles. So look at those news articles, and you'll be able to scroll down, and people can see why Neo is really a big deal.
Yeah, man. I think this whole DD situation really did set off the whole kind of, I guess China, like stock market kind of, I wouldn't say it was a crash, but I'd say pullback situation. Even though like I'm definitely, I definitely might give me a couple call options once there's a definitive, I guess, sign of recovery here. Because Neo's definitely a runner. I just know right now. I think I think there's a little bit of resistance around like said yeah, that like $34 range. It's tested a couple times there, so I'm saying like once it breaks that definitively, might be time to get you a few call options.
Yeah, man, because that situation where I told people about that, like I got Nia. Nia is like a long-term subscriber when it comes to this channel. And she got into it when it was $18 and $25. Now it's at $40 and it ran up to $50. This is a potential situation where it could be $300 based on the fact that it's Chinese market, man. The Chinese market will buy these situations. This XPENG, because it's Xpeng. People need to be informed when it comes to that. CHPT. Really CHPT after that. CHPT.
My bad. I'm on charge point.
See, that's
charge point's on the dip too, man. So that's also
charge point is up today. So it's a dip buy. So all these is like the Joe Biden infrastructure plan that he keep spewing about. This is literally the stock play when it comes to that. So you can have call options, you can have put. If you're a person that does buy the dips and lows and momentum trade like that, those are opportunities as well. But matter of fact, let's look at Houston, Texas businesses for sale while we're on Google. Because Texas is going to be benefited the most with the comes this electric vehicle stuff. I don't know if Texas is either prepared for it or even thinking about it. But y'all going to get most of the influence due to the fact that Elon's coming down. You got Elon, you got Apple, you got all these mega corporations coming down. Real estate properties is going to be flowing. But Houston, Texas properties and businesses should be on people's mind. Asset-based lending should be in people's minds. Stated-based income loans, no-doc loans, insurance policies with cash value in them. Those should be in people's peripheral view. Seller financing works with businesses too, man. Seller financing work with businesses as well. So, there's restaurants, with restaurants, with shutdowns, people should negotiate downward, get you a good lawyer to look at the business broker. And the business broker is like the real estate agent. So, you have a situation where you have to go the extra mile to be able to get the deal at a cheaper discount in order to justify the situation of you getting it at your entry price. Because ain't nobody's trying to overspend. We got corporations that's buying homes for 20-30% over asking price. People are not trying to overspend. but people are trying to still get involved. That's where the situations of these economic conversations is definitely important for people to either realize that, hold on, a lot of stuff is shifting very quickly. And if people that aren't adapting to it, they get lost. But let's look at at keep scrolling because we really need a barbecue spot because Texas is the king of the barbecue. Texas is king of the barbecue. Texas is king of barbecue. Used car and truck dealership. Wait a minute. Hold on. Look at this one because used car dealerships is actually at a high due to the fact that the sales is up and a lot of people are buying used cars more than used cars in this time period. So asking price $795. Unique car and truck business prospers entirely from referrals and online purchases. Established over 15 years with age. 17,000 of customers and thousands of strong online reviews, above 4.9. You know, all that stuff is all good and everything, but we need to figure out what's the true price. We need the business income statement. So we're probably gonna have to write up a letter of intent to be able to get the financials, and we got to negotiate this one downward because I'm not paying $795 for this one. Everybody should know damn well you never pay on asking price. You always negotiate downward when it comes to the seller of the property or business, and work and negotiating with terms when it comes to your lender, when it comes to the points, interest rates, and also situation of a potential grace period. If you got a good track record with your lender, which I do, you can be able to negotiate some form of a grace period and be able to at least have a point in period where you don't have to criticize everything of the deal. You just negotiate downward because you don't criticize the deal. You focus on the aspect of how can I make an incentivized cash offer, fast closing type deal to be able to close in the deal to make sure that you can be able to get some results. Because this situation right here is aspect of $795 with a $630 cash flow, but I want to know what's the net profit. So that's why we send a letter of intent to get the financials so we can find out what is the net profit. The 630 right here is not the net profit. This is something of a listing advertisement deal to get everybody interested in saying, ooh, instead of people just focusing on, okay, what's the financials? So the furniture, the expenses needs to be tracked down instantly when it comes to a situation like this. But, you know, seller financing, somebody that has 80,000 liquid can be able to get to the access to this business. So, you know, so what's your pity on this, Cool?
Sorry, what was that?
What's your
Yeah, I think you chopped up a
opinion?
bit.
Because car dealerships is still in a very good good range because people are buying used cars when they buy new cars. Because economic stats can tell you that people are buying more used cars. So people need to get involved when it comes to these cars shit because used car sales and trucks plus Texas. Texas is the land of the Ford F-150. Texas is the land of the Ram truck. People need to take advantage and be able to find out how to be able to negotiate with the seller, the broker, something, a side deal with the broker, get to the seller. That's why you use tax assessor records to find out who owns this.
I mean, bro, yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, personally, dude, both my cars are used, man, and you know, so just from just, I guess what I own personally, but on top of it, like I don't know what it is, like I passed like this Ford dealership on the regular. Like every time I drive by, like there's nothing on the lot. Like half the lot is empty practically. So like on top of like you got this, this chip shortage situation. I'm guessing that's why there's no cars in the lot. So just like even the people selling the new cars, like I guess they can't keep up with demand. So, but you drive past a used car lot, it's plenty. There's no shortage of used cars. So I guess that's my take on the whole situation.
Because used car sales is up 25%. 25%, and the price of the dealerships that's selling them used cars has gone up 45%. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's going to have to take a hard, swift kick in the ass for people to understand that you got to be able to compete out here. Because ain't shit going down. Ain't no price fixes like in the 1970s when Richard Nixon was in office, when you had price freezes to stop inflation kicking everybody ass. I don't know, man, but let's look at some other businesses in Houston, man. There's some situations that people need to take advantage of. Cause I'm not a fearmonger. I tell people the solution, how to profit off of this. Treasury bonds, inverse ETFs, 3x bull, Dow Jones, 3x travel. Because travel, when it comes to COVID scares, travel inverse ETFs, that's bull, is going to go up because travel stocks is going to go down. Unless Disney overpowers everything, that's why you hedge your bets. That's why you bet on the bull and the bear. But I don't want people in my channel to not be informed and know what's going on. Because a lot of people is pretty much either stuck, don't know what their plan potentially is, or a hypothetical plan. But let's look at this 12-year restaurant business, man. Yeah, that one. Let's look at the cash flow. Asking price $280, cash flow of $92,000. Survived COVID-19, Hurricane Harvey, winter storm, and many other challenges. This is only happens to be the strong brands, well-established areas. This is a Texan brand with more than 45 years in business to close 400 locations in the country. This location has been in business since 2009, and it was worth remodeling in 2015 and 2019. So this has new renovations in the past 10 years. It is well known as an international franchise deli cafe, selling savory sandwiches, pizzas, salads, soups, flatbreads, and wraps. They are also popular for the delicious pizza crust and sandwich buns, baked from scratch every day. Restaurant seats 60, providing 70% of its business, 30% catering. So this is beautiful. It got a catering delivery business added on to this, because this is needed when federal crack down, because federal wants to step in and oversee state rights. This business actually has the ability to make money off of the lockdown, off of delivery services. 30% of its allocated business services and funding with teams is in delivery services. So this can be negotiated downward. Seller financing can apply to this one, or a good hard money lender can be able to finance this deal. But this has ability to be able to make money, capture transactions, and lock down with delivery services, Uber Eats, or some form of Facebook page, Instagram page, some type of marketing page in Houston. With this, can be able to increase its business, increase the gross revenues, hence increase the net profit. And people should do expense cutting when it comes to the employees, like I mentioned in the last episode. If there's expense cutting that's need be to be able to make sure that you can increase your net profit, hence use a bank statement loan to buy one of these properties in the Galleria, because the Galleria and Westheimer in Houston is beautiful. Westheimer Road is beautiful. That's beautiful commercial properties. Galleria is beautiful. The Woodlands is beautiful, and Sugarland has a lot of land in that area. So people should use the business profit to leverage for assets as well. So there's a lot of competitors that are in it that's in Little Vietnam, that's in Houston, that got liquor stores, businesses, franchises off of the cash flow, off of either their personal credit or having a group of people in their community or culture or business group to be able to do a JV deal where they get these properties. But this business right here already has delivery service ready and set to go. So this is definitely a play. This is definitely a place. So let's look. See, so it has 60 providing DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, Easy Cater, Postmates, and Fuda. So all of these has pretty much the link when it comes to all of the necessary food delivery services from Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, Easy Cater, Postmates, Fuda. So this actually does have a good place. So you know this business right here, people should focus on if they are going to do restaurant businesses, focus on delivery services as well to take advantage of that new COVID economy, digital economy, stay-at-home economy, lockdown economy, whatever you want to refer it, fast-forward economy. A lot of global citizens and global people would call it a fast-forward economy of everything being either automated, transacted with either systems or very limited people that's working in this area. But this situation right here could be able to benefit off of another pandemic right here. This could be able to benefit off a pandemic due to the fact that the state and also its business operations and standard operating procedure. But let's go on to the next listing. Wait a minute, hold on. There's 20,000 transfer fee to be able to be paid by the buyer who needs approval for the franchise, or the franchise does not allow the owner absentees. Wait a minute. So you got to get involved in this business. So it says here, the new owner or someone designed by the new owner needs to attend a 4-week training program, usually in Austin, Texas. So it says pretty much with the stipulation here with this business is they want somebody that is an active owner or have somebody that has active management that's willing to do the 4-week training in Austin. So you got to do, so Austin from Houston is quite a drive, but people are used to making them drives in Texas. So the 4-week training is needed when it comes to this business. So it says here, please be discreet as employees are unaware the business is for sale. Okay, so they inform that their employees that the business is for sale. So this is going to be a new surprise when it comes to new management. So whoever that buys this property and buys the business is going to have it where a lot of employees is going to either feel some type of way due to the fact that it's being bought and sold without their either approval or knowledge of a sale. So let's keep scrolling down to see if there's any more news, any more notes. If there's any more notes of the business. So the lease expires in 2023. So it's July 31st, 2023. The inventory is included in the asking price. The real estate is leased. So it's probably going to cost either another $500,000 to $1 million to buy the land under this thing, but it's 2494 square feet, 9 employees. The furniture, fixtures, and equipment is included in the asking price. Fountain machine, ice dispenser, master split cooler, BKI heated display case, among a microwave, NCRR, POS terminal. Okay, so it has all of the needed equipment when it comes to this Dayton conventional stove, oven, cooler, prep table, automatic slices. So it has all the necessary amenities when it comes to this business. But expense cutting usually is employee cutting. When you're cutting expenses, you're cutting the salary as well to make sure that there is a healthy net profit as you as the business owner. But you only cut the employees that are not doing a good, serviceable work. Like I said, and like was said in the other episode of the channel, that people should understand of the recipe. Keep the recipe, find the recipe, make money off a consistent recipe. Because if that was the recipe, that had everybody coming in, you need to be able to preserve those clients to be able to make sure that your clientele is stable. You got to make sure that your clientele is stable, the recipe stays there, but you can be able to have a net profit. You can expand certain things where you have a karaoke night, depending on which area, a drinking club late night after night hours type situation, get more profit off of extended hours. But you got to extend the cash flow. You got to expand the horizon. Houston is a party club city area. It's LA to South to me. So people should benefit off of being more developer friendly and having an expanded plan when it comes to this. But let's look at another business, man. Let's look at some more Houston, Texas businesses. Then we can look at a couple other markets. So let's move on. Any construction companies, man, like laundromats, construction companies, because those get the best funding when it comes to corporate credit. A gym that's for sale, something. Because people need to be able to understand that the market is definitely, wait a minute, multi-unit business. Hold on. Multi-unit business for sale. 1.1 million, a cash flow of 499. Let's see that one. And for the people that's coming in, please like, share, and subscribe. And also feel free to join on the panel as well. Feel free to join on the panel. My email is creditbuilder475@gmail.com. If anybody wants to join in, open panel, feel free to join in. But let's look at this one. International Systems, data focused company delivering transparent and trustworthy customer service, driving substantial cash flow, 15% plus average four-wall EBITDA with high customer loyalty. Well, we're going to have to test that high customer loyalty out. Do they have a social media page? That'll be my first question. Do they have a social media page? Do they have an email list? Do they have some form of digitalized list? Because when you build up the business, you can be able to sell the business for multiple due to the fact that it has an email list, phone number list, some form of lead contact container of list of information for you could be able to sell the information data, because data is king. Data is king. So you sell the data as well as the business to be able to get a bigger leverage on your multiple. So when you sell it for a multiple, you get a bigger percentage of that. So really this doesn't really the script. So automotive repair business, 15% average. Beat on the price, and the EBITDA is 471. The gross revenues is 2.3 million. So this business needs expense cutting, because if the gross revenue is 2.3 million, but the cash flow only winds up being $500,000, that means either a lot of employees take up the salaries, or poor business management when it comes to either expenses of paying bills. Something is leading to aspect. It's probably the employees that's eating up most of the net profit, but this needs to have the expense cutting. You need to cut the expenses to be able to make sure you got enough net profit to be able to take home, because ain't no way in hell people should get a business at 1.1 without negotiating it downward, starting off 875 to start off. 875 and work your way up no more than $1 million. And that's off of the asking price. You still negotiate seller financing or have a lender that can finance 90% if you do have the liquid cash. or the business credit built up to be able to finance a down payment on this. But you never buy at specific asking price. You always be very shrewd when it comes to dealing business with this, because this is a business that's automotive. You can be able to either expand it when it comes to a franchise business, as well as hiring certain veteran workers to become managers for that expanded business that you do be able to incur and to be able to move forward on. Because this situation right here needs to be negotiated on. But just keep scrolling down. We need to see the employees. We need to see any expenses. The property is leased. We know that. And the lease doesn't expire until June 12th. So it's the day after my birthday. So it's June 12th, 2029. 24 employees. That's too fucking much. That is too fucking much. And we need 18 to 17 employees. You can save a lot of money. You can be able to profit off of the fact that you can get a owner's salary off of this business. But no, it has to be 18, 17. No way in hell it should be 24 people. You got to do either audit where you got a standard operating procedure to figure out who is slacking on their job and get rid of them instantly. Do you recommend analyst software that can help with purchase decisions? Yeah, you always use that as a good sentiment to be able to analyze certain things. So yes, I'm not against that. You use your intuition and you use the software to give you a non-emotional, number crunched analysis of what's going on. So I am not against that. So yes, I do recommend some form of software to help side assistance your purchasing ideas and be able to get everything right. So no, people should always focus, and you never buy at the asking price. You always go a little lower. It'd be a warmer offer, and to do that as well. But what's else in this business? The brand has one of the largest market shares. Hold on, you scrolling too fast, homie. Market shares in the industry. 7 out of 10 Americans know the name and actively growing. Significant opportunity for market expansion by partnering with a skilled and well-capitalized owners. So well-capitalized owners is pretty much owners that have enough dollars to be able to develop around this situation. Says here, multi-pronged approach to training and ongoing support. Training is provided that is focused on helping owners to work on their business virtually. 2 weeks in person training class and opening and marketing and operation support provided consciously to support driving customer traffic and efficient business practices. So pretty much they're going to train you on the aspect of 1, marketing, 2, day-to-day operations, 3, management, and pretty much have you focusing on the aspect of keeping everything functional, cash flowable, and a solid, stable system. Because really, people that are owners, they have a solid system. So the management is your system. The standing operating procedure is the checklist, day-to-day protocol to make sure everything is sound and shape. People that are strong managers can be able to be in any type of business, any type of industry, any type of niche, because they understand the qualities of strong management. They don't really have to understand, quote unquote, the actual technicals. That's the workers are for. But situation like this company will give you support and training that's needed for the owners and the owners, managers, pretty much your team come in. So it already handles that. I think you need more than 10,000 to start a Chick-fil-A franchise. He was talking about you could get a Chick-fil-A for 10,000. Wadner, shalom to you, Wadner. But I don't think it's gonna be done with 10,000, man. You're gonna need a little more than just 10,000 to be able to do a situation of a Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is a situation that's in the same territory when it comes to McDonald's, KFC. They're going to either need $1 million liquid from you, or you have a business partnership with somebody. That's why I say you need to go in these golf courses, these business events, these gatherings, and network with some people, man. Because you can leverage the JV partnership to get the aspect where you are a accredited investor, not because you're an accredited investor, because your partner is an accredited investor that's in an LLC with you. That's why people should leverage JV deals. That's how Jay-Z, Nas, all the big rappers that managed to got big off of JV deals, including with Beyonce when it comes to female aspect and other people. But JV deals is used in music, business, and in general. Because a situation like a Chick-fil-A, you're going to need to be an accredited investor, man. People are not going to take the $10,000 and think it's going to be enough. You can probably do that when it comes to some small rinky-dink liquor store with an owner that's pretty much in a bind, or either have not a financial situation when it comes to the business, probably a marital situation when it comes to his personal business. You could be able to get $10,000 on a business, but you ain't getting Warner, you ain't getting no Chick-fil-A for no 10 G's, bruh. You is not getting the Chick-fil-A for 10,000. If you was gonna have 10,000 liquid, you should have get you some tax deeds, cash for deed. Probably get a $150,000 house, like I showed Xavier on Teapot channel on how to be able to find some North Carolina properties that's with tax deeds. But look at another business, man. Let's keep on scrolling around, man. Keep on scrolling around, man. Let's look at either apartment buildings for Houston. Matter of fact, let's look at tax foreclosures. So search tax foreclosures in Houston so we can look at those listings, because people need to look at that, because that's the big demon that's going to come out to get everybody in the back end. So all the people that's coming in, I definitely appreciate everybody that's coming in. This is an open panel. If you want to join in, feel free to join in. Be able to click on the link. This is what this lady who worked at Chick-fil-A told me. Well, Wadner, you got to think about it, man. What state was it in? $10,000 for a Chick-fil-A don't even sound feasible in Kentucky, let alone in New Jersey, bruh. Let alone in New Jersey, because, you know, franchise companies, they have certain strenuous requirements where, yeah, they going to have you working, slaving for the situation for a little higher price than $10,000. You're going to need $200,000. Seller financing. Okay, when I call the marketing for Chick-fil-A, well, Warner, this is why you need to come up on the panel, because I have certain direct questions for you when it comes to that one. One, there has to be, like Sal said in the chat, if there's any hidden cost, what is it? Because $10,000, even if somebody did say that, yo, real deal, I got a business that's a franchise for $10,000, I'm going to expect what's the hidden cost, one. What's going to be the potential lawyer cost, because you're going to need a lawyer, because you never negotiate by yourself. You never negotiate by yourself. You always have legal representation. And you always be able to make sure you have enough money when it comes to either closing costs, franchise fee, or some type of back end fee that they get everybody to go in through. So 7396 Irvington Boulevard, Houston, Texas, 72022. It's a tax sale. Harris County. Bid amount $21,000. Property value $272,000. I don't know. When it comes to a situation like this, you either buy and build, buy or knock down. So let's keep scrolling. So 7925 Booker Street, Houston, Texas, 77028. So it's a lot. When it comes to a situation like this, you always look at your tax assessor website, and you always look at the public records when it comes to the city area. You always do that to be able to make sure your due diligence is cool, because when it comes to certain states like New Jersey, if you bid on a property and you didn't do the due diligence and you wind up getting something that is either, unfortunately, something that's completely a shitter house, you are not protected. You do not get a refund. You pretty much gotta either deal with it. So you always look at the tax assessor website to be able to have due diligence when it comes to these properties. You make sure that it was delinquent because of the building code, or some form of situation of the property not even being habitable. Does it have mold? Because, you know, there's people that's going to look on a lot of stuff. There's people that's ready to either have a lawsuit ready for you coming. That's why you create your LLC, and you make sure that you divide it up from your personal. You never buy these properties in your personal. You always buy it in an LLC But like I said, when it comes to somebody that is very litigious, that wants to see something, to be able to sue on something, they look for mold, 1. They look for termites, 2. They look for rats, roaches, or rodents, 3. And they look for any type of scenario of a scenario of pretty much where the property value can be justified going downward. So you always do your due diligence. You always make sure that the property is on code, and just make sure that if it was delinquent when it comes to taxes, mortgages, it was because of the seller, not because of the property. So you got 8151 Keaton Street, Houston, Texas. Texel, you got 7840 Sandy Street. So it seemed like here it's a lot of lot land. So with lot land, you buy it, you build upon it, and you expand it either on a situation of a apartment building that's either a flat apartment building or a vertical condo, depending on the code of the area. So people that want to change the code of the area, they either buy political influence, 1, to be able to get first streamline type of access, or they'd be able to have it where they situated it where it's apartment building flat. It's either a duplex situation or multiple duplexes in one land. I might have missed it, but have you mentioned the liquor stores? Yes, we mentioned the liquor stores. We talk about Little Vietnam. We talked about Little Vietnam in a very small segment where most of the liquor stores are in Little Vietnam when it comes to Houston, at least when I researched it for sale. When the businesses for sale are in Little Vietnam, people need to take advantage of their lenders and be able to take advantage of those assets, man. Especially knowing the demographics of majority of the people compared to who own the businesses. Yes, those liquor stores is a must. Those liquor stores is a must. I encourage people to go for the situation to be able to take advantage of those opportunities. Says here. Yeah, man, because, Subway businesses be expensive, bruh. When I thought coming out of high school, I thought I was going to buy a Subway business for $50,000. They said, nah, that's $250 starting. $250,000 as a down payment, up to $400,000, $500,000 in total. So I had to realize that, wait a minute, hold on. Moderators, Sal, can you please block a troll? We got a troll in the chat. Matter of fact, hold on. We got a troll in the chat. Hold on. Whoever that got a wrench, can you please block the troll? But yes, Sal, they might get you with the 10,000. Okay, Sal, you don't have a wrench. Okay. I'm gonna have to give you a wrench. Hold on. But like when it comes to that, man, you gotta understand when it comes to these hidden costs, you gotta be more diligent. When it comes to that, man, you gotta understand that for one, it's going to be either a high expense. Okay, Sal, I gave you a moderator wrench. For the people that's coming in, please like and share. But let's look at, keep scrolling because we got 23076 Welch House, Katy, Texas. Katy, Texas. So it has an HOA. So HOA, I don't like HOA, but HOA definitely has a scenario where it's predominant on a lot of areas. HOA is something that's very irritant because they control a lot of stuff. But 3845 Linda Street, Houston, Texas 77021. So it's a resale. The bid amount is under 1,000. The property value is 113,000. Like I said, people need to do diligence. Little Saigon, Little Vietnam. Yeah, Little Saigon, my bad. I said Little Vietnam, it's Little Saigon in Houston, yes. Yes, Little Saigon that has most of the liquor stores for sale in that area. So people, when it comes to liquor stores, yes, I'm pro liquor store. You need to get a manager so you know you're not in the full scale of danger, but you need to capture those transactions, man. People buy liquor stores off of the convenience, not really because of anything else, but it's convenient, it's in the location, it's there, it's nearby apartment buildings, nearby a certain situation. Take advantage. People are gonna take advantage. If you're not taking advantage, somebody is. That's my opinion. You know, let's keep scrolling down. Because these are just visuals of the foreclosures in Houston. So people just need to get a good visual of what it looks like. What's the listing? Yeah, big business. Big business.
Actually, yeah, I think that's the end of the list right here. It's the last one.
Okay, it's in the list.
Yeah, that's the last
Okay,
one.
so search up liquor stores in Houston for sale. Liquor stores for Houston for sale so people can see what I mean when it comes to take advantage of this opportunity. So liquor stores for sale in Houston, Texas. Research that. I gotta use the bathroom real quick, so give me a couple of seconds. Please make sure that you click on the visuals so people that's coming in can see. Okay, okay, okay. So 995,000. This is a duplicate listing. So this is literally one of the same listings. So scroll down. Gas station liquor store near Port Arthur, Texas. So that is a small liquor store right there. Seller financing of 40,000, 25 to 40,000 on this gas station liquor store near Port Arthur, Texas probably could get you in the deal, to be honest. That's why you get contact with the owner directly to sidestep the broker fees, because the thing that make these deals expensive for everybody that's listening is because of the broker fee. That's the only thing that makes these deals expensive, and a lot of the times not very, how can I say, digestible when it comes to a price. But that's why you get the tax assessor records, the public records, the LLC records, and you contact the phone number, because usually these businesses is bought by LLCs. So, you know, LLCs is public record just due to the fact of its nature. You know, you contact the LLC, you know, you'd be able to work out a deal, you get these properties on seller financing, or just outright buy it for $100,000, $90,000, even liquid on a 140 business, save about 50,000, put into something else. But these are the inner listings when it comes to liquor stores. That's the end of the listing. Okay.
Yep, that's the end
Okay.
of it.
Okay. Houston strip clubs for sale. Let's look at Houston strip clubs for sale. To the south, got a lot of strip clubs or gentlemen clubs for sale. So strip clubs for sale, gentlemen stores. You know, a strip club liquor store wouldn't be so bad to be able to develop. You know, you can turn if the strip club, you know, have room for some situations, you can be able to add 2 or 3 things on it. But you know, let's see if there's any strip clubs that's actually night sale. Night sales is actually 3 times the worth of open broad daylight type sales. So, you know, bar sales, club sales, strip club sales, you know, for sale. We just need a nightclub for sale. Any nightclub, to be honest, is for sale. We need to get on that. You should click on the first listing. Because even if it's not in Houston, we should look for anything that's in that surrounding area. Because, you know, most of the clubs that are for sale are down south, preferably under the Mason-Dixie line. So let's scroll down. No. Club in Brooklyn. Licensed event venue, concert hall, dance clubs, 75% COVID capacity. Class 48 liquor license for sale, San Diego. Cool. See, that's why, you know, we supposed to look at multiple markets, but you know. So this event situation, you can get a lot of influencers in that area to bring a lot of traffic and money into that area. Like clubs, restaurants for sale. That's funny. A nightclub in Iowa. Palm Beach County. Oh, it's a dance club. It's a dance area. Nightclub, karaoke bar, LA, 450,000. You know it's that's probably in the hood area. 450,000 in LA. That's supposed to be $3 million if it's in a prestigious area. And it's not even really prestigious. It's just in a commercial area in the hood. So, okay. Pawtucket Patriot Carry. Wait. Wait a minute. What? Pawtucket, Rhode Island. That is funny. I thought Family Guy was joking when it came to Pawtucket Patriot, but this is funny. A karaoke center. That's funny. White girls dancing hip hop. What? Honolulu Craft. Okay. So, you know, these businesses that have liquor licenses is a must. Because if the business has a liquor license included, then that's a plus. If it doesn't have a liquor license, then the liquor license pretty much costs $50,000 to $100,000 in certain areas. And that's just off of getting that one license in that one area. That's not even covering the whole state of a liquor license. That's just probably one building. So, oh yeah, and clubs, if you're building a club near a military base, that's a win too, people. That's another gem. Clubs near military bases, college stations, that can be a win as well when it comes to adding more revenue, because you try to buy the business and add more amenities or specialties in that area to increase your income, expand cash flow. So keep scrolling. Yep, location is key. Location is key, man. You know, you try to put these situations in areas that are either military bases, college stations, or near a football stadium. Football stadium. Build it in an area where it's either free lot land. Build you around that area, cash flow on the people, capture those transactions, build a stable, consistent community. How can I say community relationship with the area you're in.
Hey yo, Yo, brother, real.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I gotta go. I'll
All
catch you
right.
next time.
All right. No problem, man. Thank you for coming in, man.
No problem.
Thank you for coming in, man. Next time we'll be able to talk. But respect to you, cool. But anybody that wants to join in the panel, feel free to join in. Creditbuilder475@gmail.com is for consultation. If anybody needs something that's more direct when it comes to credit repair, credit funding, stock, and e-commerce, plus real estate, get involved when it comes to that, man. People need to understand aspects of connections and people that can get them funding and be able to buy these buildings and businesses. Because for one, asset-based lending and hard money lending is at an all-time high. Is at an all-time high. People are lending out the wazoo. But I'm your host, Real Deal Financial. I'm about to get up out of here myself. eBay store, I recommend Shopify store, to be honest. And it's high ticket drop shipping. Sal, he already has booked a consultation with me, so he got like lifetime access to me. So when it comes to that situation, so people always should just focus on one, their marketing, two, their product, their advertisement, three, have a good situation when it comes to following up, when it comes to customers, SMS bump to collect phone numbers, emails, you do Klaviyo and social snowball. You use that for affiliate marketing to be able to have it where somebody that buy your product, you have it where once they buy, it has an offer link to send a couple more people for their affiliate link. So, you always do that to be able to maximize profit and leverage other people that is buying your product to be able to have more people off of the word of mouth game. So, you always leverage those opportunities, man, because you got to take everything into account. If you're not entrepreneur minded or if you're not an investor mindset, because with stocks, that's the investor mindset. When it comes to having a direct business operation, that's the entrepreneur mindset. So people just got to be positioned either way, man, because I don't really see stimulus coming inside this year. Only time when I see stimulus when it comes to this whole situation we going through is if everything is either dire or an election is nearby where they got to be able to send stimulus to be able to justify people voting their way. That's only how I see another fourth stimulus, because right now, you got Joe Biden that pretty much talking about situations of an infrastructure bill that he needs to pass. So I don't know, people should just gear up. If you're not entrepreneur minded, if you're not a manager in a good, stable job where you can get first in line of a raise, people that's in stable sectors of business, they're pretty much going to be straight. People that are the lower tier or people that are not even focused when it comes to increasing their income or leveling up on their job, they're going to be the ones stuck. Because I read a lot of stuff, a lot of situations. A lot of American people are not involved. If you're not either involved in the stock market, like people that are in this channel, people that are watching this channel, or people that are even remotely interested in this channel is involved in, then pretty much stuck, because people are trying to find plays regardless what their political segment or political stance is. People are just trying to figure out how to be able to increase that income, to get that property, get that business, get that car, leverage on other situations that they're trying to do. But something bigger and better is definitely in the aspects. But you can only tell them once, man. So if anybody wants to join on the panel, last final call, if anybody wants to join on the panel, if anybody has either any questions or any type of statements that they want to say, feel free to join in before I leave. People that's coming in, please like the video. It helps the algorithm. It helps people to see my channel. It helps people to come through to be able to get this information, because they ain't gonna get it from nobody else. Fox News and Fox Business and MSNBC is not going to tell you information on how to be able to benefit off of inflation with treasury bonds, Dow Jones, bull and the bear. Right now, the bull is up, but yesterday the bear was down. Situation of either They're semiconductors, technology stocks. Technology stocks hold their weight very well. Healthcare hold their weight very well. And the NASDAQ Bull 3X is a good play if people are bullish on Tesla, that believes in Elon Musk's agenda, believe in his pretty much his segments. The NASDAQ 3X Bull, but China Bear is also up as well due to the fact that a lot of people are selling off their Asian stocks as well. So financial banks is pretty much at an all-time dip. So people that buy the banking stocks like I did, and I told people in December and January to do due to the fact that it's in a dip. Same thing with oil. You know, they benefited. Oil play, be able to take advantage of the 3X Bear and the Bull. So people should just be hedged. So Direction and PushShares.com, those are the two websites. Elon Musk is going to put more chargers in different states. Yes. Yes, he is. Yes, he is, because he has lithium on his mind. Lithium, graphite, titanium, tin, copper, palladium. You even got uranium that's going up. So nuclear situations is going up. But really, lithium is something that y'all need to be paying attention on. In the previous videos that I told y'all previously, I gave y'all the stock plays when it came to some lithium. So, you know, you focus on the big power players like Elon, because Elon got all the tax credits. Elon got both Dems and Repubs siding with him at every step at his forefront. So he pretty much got the keys. He got the tax credits, he got the money, he got the influence. He has literally all the aspects and components to leverage the fact that what he needs gets done due to the fact that they need his job supply, because he can supply a lot of jobs in Texas and other states that he's in with all these tax credits and all these incentives. But Toyota is watching Tesla. This is going to be good. I told people about Toyota and Honda. I know I got to keep on barking about Toyota and Honda, but don't forget about Toyota and Honda. Don't get caught up with Tesla. Focus on Toyota and Honda as a good call option. Because Elon is going to take advantage of the tax credits, because he's everybody's fanboy right now. He got, like I said, people on both sides that's loving him, which I don't have no problem with it. You just got to benefit from it, because if he's getting all the fanfare in the public, you could take advantage of the fact that Elon has it where multiple battery charging stations is in multiple states and situations where, you know, because I don't want people to be left behind, because there's going to be a lot of people left behind not knowing who is what is what company is what company is invested in what government contract is what is government contract. You know, a lot of people that don't know none of this stuff. So you just got to gear up and be able to take advantage of the situation. Because, yes, Toyota, Toyota, Honda, they getting the situations going. Respect the teapot, man. Respect to Xavier, man. Respect to you, man. We gonna need another live stream, man. We gonna need another interview one of these days. But you know, I'm always ready. I'm always researched, and I'm always geared up to be able to do something with you, man. Respect to you. I think there is a competitor to Tesla. Of course there is. I told you, CCIV. CCIV. NIO is the Chinese Tesla competitor. Xpeng, XPENG is the other competitor as well. So I keep telling y'all the competitors, man. I keep telling y'all the situation on that. I'm not doing it to say I say so or I told you so. It's more the aspect of you need to be informed, because the media is not going to tell you this, man. I saw an interview with Joe Biden, Janet Yellen, and Kamala Harris, and they didn't address nothing involved in inflation, pretty much just allowing the people that did vote for them to pretty much be stuck, lost in the damn winter without having no type of either a plan, a strategy, or some form of a gem where they can just spew out to be able to say, this is what we're going to be able to put money in. You got to find what they're going to put money in on these executive orders. And a lot of the times looking at the other side when they criticize the other side when it comes to this. So people should just look at it as, don't get mad, just be studying, be researching if you want to make money on this situation. Yes, Xpeng is not playing, man. They got a flying car. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, man, these Chinese are trying to level up, man. The Chinese regime is trying to level up, man. People that are not serious or not even trying to pay attention, you can leave them in the gutter. You can leave them on the gutter because you got other countries that's focused on flag culture, not necessarily race. Even though the media would like to be able to preach this CTR stuff to everybody, get focused on race, it's about class culture. And people that are focused on race every day, they're gonna be the ones stuck. They're gonna be the ones that still make under $40,000 a year, making about $2,600 a month. In a situation of everybody that's either invested in the stock market, got either a good solid management job or a good job in general, or a strong industry like IoT, cybersecurity, AI, people that's either in engineering, auto mechanics, quantum mechanics, something involving with blockchain or specialized technologies like that. Those are going to be the ones that's going to win. There's going to be there's going to be the ones that's going to be in the win. Because at the end of the day, I don't preach that victimhood narrative to y'all because y'all better than that. Men and women that subscribe to my channel, you are better than this. You are better than this. You're actually the ones that are actually focused on better fitting yourself, not to the aspect of being scared. It's just to be able to compete and to be able to make sure that your head is above water. You know, you got a lot of people that's pretty much stuck, don't know what the hell is going on. And it's sad because these going to be the same people that's going to be crying and rioting about injustices later. But if anybody wants to come up on the panel, please feel free to come up on the panel. This is an open panel discussion. I got a lot of people that's starting to come in, and everything is starting to heat up when it comes to the visitors. If anybody wants to come in, come out of the shadows, man. Click on the panel, join in this discussion. But yeah, like I said, man, you know, Xpeng is not playing no games. They got a flying car ready to go into the market being rolled out. So if people don't understand, if it isn't something that's neither in your niche, Neovolta, NEOV. Well, I talked about Neo. So Neo is NIO. NIO is Neo. Xpeng is XPENG. So these are Chinese infrastructure of EV. So they're direct competitors when it comes to Tesla. So when it comes to Tesla, trying to be the big homie, the big kingpin when it comes to electric vehicles, they're trying to stop that. That's why they banned Tesla vehicles in China, to be able to make sure that you're not going to get a stepping stone in our country unless we be able to get access to it first. Then you can be able to do it. But, you know, people should just be more literate when it comes to information, man. People should just understand that, you know, a lot of situations is either hidden due to the fact of, one, information is either going to be hidden so people can buy into it before you understand it. That's why when Mark Cuban say, don't invest in crypto, while he was investing in crypto, so he can be able to put $1 billion in there. So when you get involved, his 1.5 can be $4 billion, so he can cash out and leave you as the bag holder, where you pretty much enter in too high and you're pretty much holding his bag that he already cashed out. So that's the whole game that it is, man. That is the whole game that it is. They tell you not to do it so they can take advantage of it, build the infrastructure, and then to be able to say, okay, now you're good. Did you realize, wait a minute, hold on, everything's inflated. You lied to me. Well, yeah. Then, you know, people just move on and act like, nah. They're pretty much just moving on because they know that, you know, we got you. We got you. Respect to everybody that's coming in. This is an open panel. Feel free to join in, man. I need more people to join in the conversation because I got a lot of people that asked me a lot of conversation before they book consultations. But if they would just clicked on and just join in the panel, our situations would have been answered previous time. It's an open panel for free. But yeah, man. So the Chinese markets is dealing with one Cathie Wood. I told you guys about this name when Universe Trip was on the panel we pretty much analyze all the hedge funds, corporations, where they're funding their money when they're sitting aside. Because you look at the bigger corporations, because technically they are the big homie of the market. They are the big kingpin of the market. They are literally the whales. They're the movers and shakers that they're going to put in government funding or grants set aside. The stock is going to blow up. Stock is going to blow up. People that got into those positions pre the time of everything getting funded, they made the most money. So look at the German markets, look at the UK markets, because it seems like when the UK has a problem, America kind of somewhat tag teams with them. But focus on global economics. Look at multiple news sources, please. Definitely be informed to your comfort zone. Definitely don't be caught up into your comfort zone. I look at both American news, international news, Democrat news, Republican news, independent news, to be able to get all angles of the aspects. So I'm not going to be disinformed. So I can know what they're trying to fund, and I can understand what the other side is trying to block, or what the other side is struggling to block. Because, you got to get informed, man, because people don't expect people to understand what their play is, because electric vehicles is the wave, solar panels is the wave, legalization of weed. And when it comes to New York, it's pretty much going to be a situation in 2022 that they're going to open up weed housing, weed packaging, weed storage facilities is going to be up. People that either own land or own warehousing, they should focus on how to be able to make money off of the fact that people are going to need their services. Charging those months per rent can be a win to be able to take advantage of. So people should just be more geared up of what their next move is going to be, instead of what is their next excuse is going to be. Because, man, we are in the information age. There's no excuse, man. Bank statement loans, stated income loans, personal credit buildup. That's why I created my credit repair business and got most of the people their credit repaired that booked in with me. I managed to find out situations of people that actually had good stable incomes, fix their credit, add some trade lines. SoFi Bank, DCU Credit Union. What's another one? Key Bank, when it comes to the no doc, up to $50,000 loans to your business. People should just focus on being more geared and minded of their credit, stocks, real estate, and just focus on those three angles. Because if you focus on those three angles, nobody can't pull no shit over you. How often do you go live? I need to set up a StreamYards. Either every day or every other day. In the past 2 weeks, it's been every other 4 days, because I don't got the time. I got a lot of people that are booking consultations with me, as I got new subscribers that are in the channel, and I got new watchers. So I got to be able to make sure everybody gets service. Everybody got a plan. Everybody got their business plan, strategize, business grants, personal credit, business credit. So I really got to gear up on a whole big plan when it comes to new people. So I would love to stream more and more frequently, but I got to make sure people are serviced, because everybody in this channel is literally a family cohesive, how can I say, a cohesive ecosystem of entrepreneurs, investors, and people that are interested in diving into this world. That I got very valuable people that don't know they're valuable yet. So I would love to stream very frequently, but I really can't do it as frequently as I want. But anybody wants to come up on the panel, this is an open panel, but you can be invested in Grubhub. You can be invested in Grubhub, Uber Eats, because when this bad boy does lock down, whenever, the people's champion Joe Biden shuts everything down, then that's when the businesses and companies going to benefit off of people staying in the house, and that's when they're going to have to roll out some stimulus. Now, the thing is with the stimulus, it's going to be $1,400 a month. Is it going to be $1,400 standalone? Is it going to be $2,000 a month? Is it going to be a UBI where it's going to be like the Andrew Yang plan, where it's going to be $1,000 per month situation? Because when you talk stimulus, it does pump up the economy, but it does hurt the economy at the same token, due to the fact that inflation come kicking everybody ass. Because inflation kicks everybody ass, and that means, the $1,400 that you do get from good old Uncle Joey, as people in Compton would call him, that actually rock with him. Uncle Joey ain't gonna be able to make sure that everybody gets a stable $1,200 or $1,400, $2,000 a month, whatever the situation is. I'm not time to hit the street. Nah. But to each his own. I'm not the person that is with that hit the streets type stuff. I'm a person that you focus on the financials. So the people that's in here, they're focused on the financials. They're strictly financial. Not business, not personal, strictly financial. That's the mantra when it comes to here. So anybody wants to come up on the panel, if anybody got any questions, anybody wants to either join in the conversation, the discussion, please feel free. I love new conversation. I love new voices. I love people that's coming in. I love new subscribers. I appreciate people that are coming in to listen to me, because you could be anywhere in the world, but you chose to be with me. So definitely feel free to join in. It's an open panel, open discussion. I don't suppress people's voices or opinions here. Like I said, I'm more moderate when it comes to anything. Will I be streaming daily? Well, it depends on my schedule. Because I do have a life outside of here. I do have clients that I do need to get in contact with that needs my services when it comes to either business credit, personal situations of budgeting. Because really, I just need to get people's budgeting straight to be able to get to the personal credit and the funding. Because you can fund the personal credit and get the business funding off of leveraging your personal credit being strong. So people just need to focus on being more due diligent on that, man. People should just understand that your business IQ is dependent on how much you research, you study, and your connections. So, my connections is based off of networking, but I try to stream every day, but it is what it is. But my Cash App is $Mr. Perfect 23G. Mr. Perfect 23G. That's my Cash App. I'll type it in for people in the chat. But at the end of the day, man, people are not going to feel sorry for nobody, man. People are not going to feel sorry for nobody, bro. People are going to have it where if you didn't have your game plan in the age of one, an age of information, two, the quarantine pandemic, where the only thing you had was nothing but time to research something, because at the end of the day, man, there's some good people out there that just don't have the right useful information. And I'm not saying I'm the beacon of information, of course not. But it just needs to be where more and more people that I come across can be just an aspect of, yeah, I'm doing that. I'm invested in that. I'm invested in this, or I'm trying to get that. I'm trying to get my CDL. I'm trying to get my certification, IoT, AI, and cybersecurity. We need to hear more of those stories, because there's going to be lots and lots of people that either are not from America, or people that are either second generation Americans that are going to see the opportunity, take advantage, capitalize it, and lock everybody else out of it, regardless. But that's my Cash App, $Mr. Perfect 23G. If anybody want to come on the panel, y'all need to come up on the panel, man. Y'all, there'd be a lot of ghost watchers that be watching me, man, that be shy on getting up on the panel, man. There's too much information. There's too much money to be made. There's too much strategy to be accumulated off of this situation. Because I got people coming in that has scenarios where they can benefit off of their real estate market, not be a hindrance or be a victim of it, of gentrification or development, or just something that's come out the blue that pretty much just hit somebody out of nowhere that they didn't even know what happened. Because I got smart people in my channel, man. So I respect y'all time. I respect y'all intelligence. I try to build up on information you already know. I don't try to shut people down, try to say, well, you don't know what you know. And I don't try to be nobody's master teacher. I don't try to be nobody's lead tour. I try to be at least a person that can be a good, avid teacher, someone that can be a good aid of support. Because a lot of people ain't even focusing on what is beneficial for them. They just like to knock people down, which is cool. It's really fine. But it's a credit world, man. It's a credit world, and that's why I laugh when people say, "Oh, why I invest in credit?" Because people are going to be challenging you off of your credit report. People are going to say, "Well, there's not what people are going to say. It's more like your lending is going to say, your lender is going to say." So I don't try to knock people down, man. I try to build with people's plans. People got plans. People need to say, "Wait a minute, hold on. I can be able to work on my personal and get my business credit, so I don't have to do credit card fraud." No, you work on your personal credit, you get your everything deleted, you get letters sent out, you get trade lines added after everything gets deleted. You can get 15,000 on trade lines each. You can go to the credit union and be able to leverage the fact that the FICO score is going to be different, and also the underwriting system is going to be different, more favorable than Bank of America or Wells Fargo. So you can be able to get the access to that lending. So you can be able to take advantage of, okay, I can be able to smack Navy Federal with a referral for all the people that are military veterans. Navy Federal is the way. I keep telling you about SoFi loans, Marcus loans, DC Credit Union, My Symphony, and Capital One, because Capital One is actually very friendly when it comes to you actually going to somewhat commercial while leveraging the credit union. So people can get 50 to 60,000 in personal and just leverage a LLC, create an LLC with LegalZoom, get a business banker, 1, get a self-employed pension, 2, so you can stash away the money in your self-employed pension so you can pay less in taxes. Then you could be able to either set up a situation of a private holding company, so your operating income that's getting from the e-commerce store selling either bikes, hair wigs, drones, 3D printers, barbecue pits for the summer, Christmas stuff for Cyber Monday, Christmas sales, potential Christmas sales. So you need to focus on what is your business with the funding, because I can get you the funding. But if you're not going to have the aspect of, if you have a business or some form of real estate or a strategy on acquire these properties, it's pretty much wasted funding, and you're going to default due to the fact that you don't have the cash flow to service the debt that you do get from the lending. So 1 is lending, 2 is debt servicing. Pardon me. Debt servicing is you having the ability to pay back the debt with either income, cash flow from the businesses that you poured in the loans into the assets. So nail salons, businesses, e-commerce, marketing, there's so many avenues and revenues where people don't even have to see what do you look like as an individual for them to spend money with you. So there is no excuse. When it comes to my opinion, there is no excuse. There is no excuse. Credit building is the way. Real estate is the way. You getting partnerships, you leveraging certain type of connections, or you just even inserting yourself. Because a lot of times people are not going to give you a lot of information. You're just going to have to insert yourself into some situation and to be able to show that the fact that you can keep up with the information, 1, and you can be able to provide value, 2, and you can be able to send them through deals, 3, and 4, you can be able to profit off of the deals, off of you being the middleman by locking up them contracts. So ain't nobody going to sidestep you. Ain't nobody's going to be able to steal your deals off. You can be able to actually have a full, well-cohesive constructed based plan to be able to make sure that you can benefit on any situation, man. I'm not going to give you no victimhood situation, man. I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to color you. I'm going to tell you the situation of there is opportunity. I saw a 18-year-old female that made $25 million off of e-commerce. She sold her business for 3.7 in gross revenues for $25 million. She pretty much had an aspect of hard nose. She tuned everybody out. There was no situation of her being a victim. She just made the sales, accumulated all the emails, phone numbers, sales, got the loans, the merchant account set up, loans on of cash advances, bank statement loans, and expanded her business and be able to sell it for a profit. So, there is no excuse, man. It's based off the information that you take and the people that you align yourself with. But Wagner says, do you think should You should have a businesses overseas as well. I'm thinking about taking my online English teaching biz to French and Asian and Spanish speaking countries to teach English to kids. Well, what you're doing with that is you got to charge a substantial fee. It can be done. Anything, a virtual business can be done. The more virtual you are, the more you're going to be winning, because people that got virtual digital businesses or can be able to, how can I say, gather and generate traffic and clients through the internet is going to win the most. The people that got to do the old school, bang on somebody's door and try to advertise their business and say, I'm a hard worker and I would like to be able to provide marketing for your business, for your car dealership or your auto mechanic. They're the ones that's going to be actually left behind. The ones that are doing digital global businesses and marketing and connections like that, there's going to be the ones that's winning. So what you're doing when it comes to teaching international people English, that can be done. Charge a fee, get consistent clientele, and also incentivize referral. So for every person that you do connect with when it comes to the English to them as an instructor teacher, you got to get more people. You got to get more people in the inner circle. You need to capture transactions. You need to maximize profit. You need to maximize profit. So the referral system help you maximize profit. But if anybody else wants to come in, I could be able to talk for hours and hours to y'all about business. This is literally my thing. This is literally what I do. Anybody wants to come on, please join on the panel. Feel free to join on. If you have any questions, please ask your questions, ask away. If anybody has any statements, statement away. I would love to hear people's arguments, man, because there's too many people that either has conflicted arguments but actually somewhat agree with each other. If you really sit them down in a calm conversation where nobody's not arguing with each other with 10 people on a panel, you can actually be able to have a good sit down where the meeting of the minds can actually connect, and you can actually find out what do you agree, what do you disagree, and what can we do better. Because that's what my opinion. If you got a problem, you speak up. If you have an issue with that problem, you speak with the person. If you want to be able to solve or have some type of common ground where something can actually be resolved. Because I don't believe in just throwing the stone and hiding your hands and go to the other side with an ecosystem of people that's going to coddle you and a whole bunch of echo chamber type of talking points without some critical judgment. Because people that don't get challenged usually be the ones that get left behind, because everything is moving very, very, very quick, warp speed type quick. But this is the link for anybody that wants to join in. If anybody wants to join in on the conversation and discussion, feel free to join in the conversation and discussion. Anybody have any questions, feel free to join in. I would love to be able to answer people's questions and be able to give them a proper business plan, a well thought out, cohesive business plan with a strategy and some support, because people need to be inspired to do a lot as well. So, it's also consulting and self-accountability coaching as well when it comes to this. So it's a lot of stuff that people just need to get involved in. Respect to you, Prince. Respect to you. Respect to you, Prince Pierre. Respect to you, Mr. Pierre. Respect to you. Mr. Pierre, when you got a chance, definitely feel free to call me, man. I got certain situations in place that I need you to get informed on. You booked a consultation with me, so you pretty much get informed right away. But for the people that's coming in, if anybody wants to join the panel, this open panel, please like the video. I hate the stress of the fact of liking the video, but this helps the algorithm. This helps expand more people to see my message. This helps people to be able to hear when I'm talking about someone that actually genuinely cares, that actually have a strategy ready for you. Because it's sad, man. There's too many people that's letting people astray when it comes to their plans, man. You got people that's not even telling them how to profit off of a stock market crash or some form of crash. You just tell people that, oh yeah, just go ahead, go to this, yeah, just go ahead, just go right along. But I did that before. Parents didn't buy my packages for some reason. I didn't know that they didn't buy them because I was in Mexico, Brazil, and Asia. Well, yeah, Widener, You've been on my channel for how long? I preach the sentiment of you capturing traffic emails and the phone numbers, the follow up, and some form of referral system, some form of a reward system, something to incentivize. Let me repeat myself once again, incentivize somebody to bring in their people to getting connected with you. And you can be able to sell it for a fee and package it up as well. So Wagner, you have a market base where people do want to understand English so they can be able to keep up and to adapt with our cultures here in this country. So it's really up to you, man. You got to step up on your business acumen, man. Your business acumen and your business IQ, man. I'm not saying it's low. I'm saying just work on it, man. Because it can always be increased. Cause I don't just study on one aspect. I'm trying to get in the ESL teaching market. Well, it's a lot of money in that market, man. It's global, yes. It's a global market, so it's definitely something for you to take advantage on. That's for sure, man. Because people don't understand and realize that the more and more you're either wide or have global partnerships and connections, the more money you can have when you need to be able to do a situation like Water, because Water got to be more global. Water is more global. Uh, Adam, you got to be more global. Prince, you got to be more global. Anybody that's tuning in right now, got to be more global when it comes to either information, connections, your labor. And I tell people all day that you get your ass on Upwork and Fiverr and be able to find some damn labor and negotiate the terms at either a fixed price or a fixed labor hour price to get researchers and delegate teams to make sure that you always have eyes and ears over you to make sure that everything that you're pretty much researching or want to be inspired upon or want to get involved on, you got enough cohesive information where it's a strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats plan. So strengths, weakness, and opportunities plan people get you enough information and enough, how can I say, a graded scale for you to be able to focus and research on. Because I need more people to focus global. And you can do global when it comes to marketing, when it comes to Google ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads. Manage to target either incomes of 100,000 plus to get them high ticket sales up, and also do the referrals because SMS bump and also social snowball helps you when it comes to getting a lot of consultations, a lot of affiliate marketing, so you can leverage those sales to be able to get those balance sheet stated income loans where you don't need tax returns, where you don't need situations of some type of form, or don't have to be stressing about of well, I don't have tax returns. Well, this bank statement loan, the stated income loan from Key Bank, you can be able to get up to 50,000 without no type of situations of either of strong verification based off the underwriting of that credit union. So focus on global, focus on the opportunities here in this country. Man, you got credit unions that's being more lender friendly than Bank of America, being more friendly when it comes to Wells Fargo. You can get situations from US Bank over Bank of America. So you got to understand the underwriting protocols. Yes, the SWOT analysis, Black T. Yes, you got to get the SWOT analysis on deck. Okay. Okay, but like I was saying, when it comes to the underwriting process, you take advantage of the fact that credit unions, for one, they're more lender friendly. Two, they have less guidelines when it comes to its underwriting process. If you got a strong credit profile, that's why I said, if I fix your credit, I get you the trade lines, and you got the stable income, you're good. Because that can help you when I get you involved with either age corporations. Can you hear me now? 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 Hello, can you hear me now? But like I was saying, when it comes to that, you can be able to leverage the fact that they're willing to do more business with people. The lending. Okay. When it comes to the lending aspects, you can be able to leverage the fact that they're willing to be able to give people no docs loans up to a certain point. Only thing you got to do is just make sure your personal is straight. That's the only thing you got to do. Because people that are getting CPNs and everything and getting them PPP boys, them PPP scammers, them PPP boys think they was going to run up a bag forever. Them dudes is going to get caught up. And it's public record. And it's public record. And it's public record. And it's public record. So that means that they can pretty much, whenever they get ready to, they can pretty much say, okay, y'all PPP boys, y'all run up a bag, y'all run up 50, 100,000. You pretty much, we got you 15 on this one. So when it comes to that, man, I just look at certain dudes where you just focus on creating a legitimate business, an LLC, an EIN. Even if you can't, with LegalZoom has affordable LLCs. Like with me, California is expensive. Nevada is cheaper than California, of course. Plus, Nevada has no state income tax, one. And also you can leverage the fact that if you have a lawsuit, they can't be able to go into your LLC and do certain questionings to your registered agent. Your registered agent works for you, not the other way around. So you are protected when it comes to legal guidelines and the laws when having either a Nevada corporation, a Delaware corporation, a New Mexico corporation, or a Florida corporation when it comes to divorces, prenuptial agreements, or spousal support. That's some legal laws that I learned from my Jewish rabbi. But if anybody wants to come in, please click on the link, man. This is an open panel, man. This is an open panel, man. You know, this is an open business panel. I have to put the banner on, man. This is an open business panel. If anybody wants to join in, feel free to join in this open business panel. And if anybody wants to donate, $ Mr. Perfect 23G. $ Mr. Perfect 23G. So this is an open business panel, man. You know, people need to get involved. Can you discuss a holding company? With a holding company, you have it where your business banker, as soon as you set up your business bank checking account, you can set up a holding company. You have an operating agreement pretty much stating what the business does. And you also put in your operating agreement that this business will be either acquiring real estate or owning real estate through its LLC to make sure that the operating agreement is fully detailed. So when situations of what are you going to do, what's the purpose of this LLC? Well, this LLC is going to capture transactions from either e-commerce and be able to transition and parlay the funds that's from e-commerce to real estate. Or this LLC is for real estate property holdings to be able to transition when it comes to acquiring more real estate. So you use one property to get 2 or 3 properties, because with your situation, you have the ability to get a bank statement loan on your personal, a stated income loan again on your personal, a hard money loan on the property that you already own, and save the refinance loan as well. But the private holding company is the aspects of holding companies in without involving any type of taxable events, without any type of lawsuits. So it's lawsuit proof, asset protection, and a tax strategy to organize everything when it comes to your businesses, your cash flows, and your assets. And when it's organized like that, that's the use of a private holding company. Your business banker will give you the step-by-step protocol on what's needed. You can also question them when it comes to your private holding company. And you have the operating checking account. And that operating checking account is like a big boy checking account. Like Floyd Mayweather, when he shows his $100 million checks, It's not from his personal checking account. It's from a corporation that he created that's in a general operating ledger that's from a private holding company. So them big checks that he's running up, those big checks is in a bigger bank account. So the private holding company is for warehousing assets and bigger checks. So when it comes to private holding company, you started earlier to organize everything. You can have a prenuptial agreement set up, men and women both. Have your prenuptial agreement set up with your private holding company, with your operating agreement, with a lawyer, with an attorney, of course, to be able to make sure that you can get fully informed and everything strategized. So when it comes to the private holding company, it's organizing situations like that. And also you make sure with your business banker that you know that I'm going to process big checks when it comes to this operating account. So you got to tell them to make sure what's the estimated number on a low end, 50,000 on a low end, and 200, 300,000 on a high end when it comes to the checking account. So nothing gets flagged. You do that so everything can pretty much be on the up and up. So no red flags come in, no freezing your checking accounts. It's pretty much operating. You operate the business, you capture the transaction from either Shopify, Journey Business Solutions, or your business merger account that you get from Bank of America when opening up your checking account with LegalZoom, with the private holding company, and the whole shebang. And preferably a self-employed pension plan, because really the self-employed pension plan is going to be the key. Because self-employed pension plan, you can tuck up to $50,000 tax-free as your own personal retirement account. And that's on each LLC, and that's on one LLC. Just imagine with 10 LLCs with 100,000 business credit, plus you have all those things lined up where you have a private holding company and a self-employed pension plan. So it's all about tax structure when it comes to private holding companies. So when I discuss private holding companies, it's based off of a tax structure, one, a aspects of you preserving capital and having very well transitional type of strategy when it comes to either tax hikes or any type of blue sky event where everybody react to the same thing that happens. So it's for tax structure, man. It's tax structure and asset protection. So if you have any lawsuits, people can't go to your shit. People can't go through your shit easily. Because that private holding company is either owned by an LLC, and the LLC that owns the private holding company is owned by a trust corporation. That's how you play the shell game correctly, by strategy and practice. I have a BA by the end of the year. I know some Japanese and Spanish and answer. Well, the more global that you understand when it comes to these languages, man, the more better. You can get those six-figure incomes and you can be able to stack them big racks when it comes to your salaries due to the fact that you're bi and trilingual. And also you can teach people to be bilingual as well. So, Adam, you need to email me, man. And Wagner, you were supposed to book a consultation, bruh. Wagner and Adam, you need to get my email, man. And for the people that's coming in, this is an open panel. People that want to join in, join in. And I got all these new people that subscribe to the channel. And I got all these shadow watchers. And I need people to be able to join in with me. I need people that ask questions or challenge me on certain things. Prove me wrong on certain things. I would love to be proven wrong. I would love to be proven wrong just for a change. I love for people to be able to challenge on certain aspects or just ask questions of what's in their area. Because I'm California West Coast. You know, everybody that's pretty much have that aspect is either different. But Mocha Mommy, come up on the panel, Mocha. Mocha, come up on the panel. Mocha, if you don't come up on the panel, I'm cutting this live stream very early. Okay, I got my man Prince. Yo.
What's up, man? I got to show my face.
Man. Oh, boy's connection was messing up. Let me put the link in the chat one more time. Let me put the link in the chat one more time. My man Prince. I don't know if my man Prince outside. He probably is outside, but and it is what it is. So I'm gonna.
All right. Yeah, man. What's going on? What's going on, man? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yo, yeah, I can hear you. Damn, what is up with the connection, bruh? Because this connection
Oh,
is
shit.
tripping. This connection is tripping. TD Ameritrade wouldn't let me buy NSAV, said that there was a DTC chill. And see, and that's why people are leaving TD Ameritrade and going to Interactive Brokers or Charles Schwab. That's some bullshit, man, because I bought into NSAV with TD Ameritrade with no problems. And now it seems like when it comes to this September 28th shit, now they're trying to crack down on certain situations. I don't like it, man, because that's for one, that's messed up. Two, that's literally intentionally taking people's money. Interactive Brokers is a situation that people from now on that's listening to me now go to Interactive Brokers to test it out. TD Ameritrade is tripping when it comes to certain stock plays, but that's not good. How does the
TD
average?
Ameritrade.
But TD Ameritrade is set tripping when it comes to some type of scenarios. Black T seems like you're coming from a corporate point of view. How does the average guy get into the game? Well, the average guy get into the game would be the aspect of one, average guy need to either focus on his personal credit, be able to get him, because really it's all about the personal credit, man. Because I got people that are not even credit card fans that got good credit. So they can leverage either the first time home buyer program or the down payment grant situation. So when it comes to a corporate point of view, yeah, it's corporate. But the average guy can be able to get involved as long as he get that personal down. He can get them trade lines up. He can go to these credit unions, like I tell you all the time. Key Bank, Marcus Loans, SoFi Bank, and DCU Credit Union. The average guy can get into those. The corporate person is going to be take advantage of Bank of America or Wells Fargo, but them credit unions are willing to do business with you, Black T. Willing to do business with you, Prince.
Yeah, I'm already in one credit union. I'm over there at Navy Federal right now.
Navy Federal is the best. See, Navy Federal is the best. DCU Credit Union will be next. Key Bank, you can get you a no doc loan. No doc
Okay.
loan, you don't have to. Everything is bank statement, so you just show your bank statement, and you can pretty much verify with them, and you can get a loan up to a certain amount without no verifications. So people should look at one, because with Prince has already booked the consultation with me, so Prince is already plugged in with connections, and after I'm done with this stream, I'll give Prince some more connections when it comes to some lenders. But Black T, I'm not high Sadiddy now. I'm not high Sadiddy, so people can get into the lane. So it's not where everybody just got to get corporate all of a sudden. Just get your
No,
personal down. Uh-huh.
no, I was just agreeing with you. Like, no, you ain't got to be all high and mighty. You got it.
Yeah, man, because, just focus. Like, only thing I can say from a black man to one black man is, black man, please get your personal credit straight. Please don't get into bankruptcy chapter 13. Black man, please don't get to chapter 11, 13 bankruptcy. Black man, please don't have no child support situations of debts of $30,000. And black man, please pay your mortgage. That's the only thing I can say from black man to one. It's not something too complicated. It can be done. And I'm not a person that is a person to shit on people on their situations, but it can be done. So you don't have to be extremely corporate. Just focus on some real estate and some properties, man. Please. From me to you. Please. But okay, so Mocha Mommy, true. My Sorrow works at a certain credit union and first-time home buyers are winning right now. That's the home buyer. That's the first-time home buyer program. People should get and focus on their first-time home buyer program from their credit union. Stated income loans. When it comes to fix and flips, get you a asset-based lender. That's why Prince, you've booked a consultation with me, so you get the information, but you need to fully book the full consultation to get the full information. But I'm gonna send you 2 lenders that can be able to help you, and 2 credit unions, man. You need to get involved with some credit unions, man. That's DCU Credit Union, and that's Key Bank Inc. That is a credit union that can be a Key Bank, and I got a third credit union as well that could get you up to $10,000 stated income loan. Only thing you got to do is your bank statement and this is a property. So if you want to get a property, your bank statement, 10% down pay, and a form of ID. So that's how you can be able to get situations on that, man. So that's from me to you personally. So people don't got to spend big money to be able to get information with me. But Navy Federal is a credit union that's accessible to non-military people. Well, people can get into credit to Navy Federal with a referral. Because I got a person that's in the Navy that pretty much has it where he gets people in with referrals. So it's the referral system. It's the buddy system, bruh. Sal, you got to understand with referrals, it's the buddy system.
Yeah, that's how I got into Navy Federal, through the buddy system.
It's the buddy system. It's the buddy system, bruh. So I'm telling you, man, more people that just do research when it comes to credit unions. Like the other guy yesterday, he's my guy. I rock with him. But when he says that he don't have a banking account with a credible banking source, I looked at my screen. I'm saying, nigga, you is limiting yourself on credit unions that want to deal with you, credit cards, loans. You got a good job, but you don't got a good stable banking with a good bank. You're missing out. I can't be able to help. I can get his credit to 700, but if he don't work his banking connections with his banking relationships, he'll be stuck doing them bullshit banks. And that's no diss to him. That's just an aspect of people just meet certain people halfway when you're trying to get some help. Meet certain people halfway.
Yeah, you got to be respectable, reputable lenders and banks and financial institutions in the world.
Yeah, man, because a credit union with a commercial bank, they'll probably give you $500, but a credit union, they can give you $15.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
So that's why I say, the credit union is a hack that everybody should be either researching to get involved in, or at least getting their stuff cleaned up on their end, on their personal end, to be able to justify it. Because the only thing you need is just an LLC, an EIN, get your good personal. You could get the credit union funding from your personal and the credit union funding for your business LLC. Because I got like about 8 banks I can give y'all right now on this live stream when it comes to credit unions, and willing to give somebody 5 to 10, 15 to 20. And like I mentioned to y'all, Key Bank gives up to $50,000 in a loan. That's a term loan for 60 months with no verification doc. So if you want a $35,000 loan, you can be able to get approved off of the aspect of having your bank statements ready, your personal credit ready. And your personal credit will be the underlying factor, man. 680 and up, you in. 650 and up, you're in. 650 and up, honestly, you're in. 650 and up, you're in. So that's why people should focus on paying down them debts, getting them trade lines, getting some form of stable business, either if it's e-commerce, Amazon, Walmart, or real estate, flipping cars, some form of business, something that you're comfortable with, something that you're actually motivated to get up out of your ass and to be able to make some profits happen. Because, I just try to figure out what are you motivated and what kind of business we can set up around that. When it comes to people that book consultations with me, and when I find a strategy of their business plan, or I create their business plan for them to get either lenders or angel investors, what are you motivated in? One, so if I do create this business plan an investor do see you, they can see that you're motivated, just like how I'm motivated to get you set up to get some funding. Because, people be blowing opportunities, man. It's to the point where if you don't get your lending now and your business set up, when shit does hit the fan, where foreclosures come up, you don't got no cash to be able to buy them foreclosures.
Right.
Like the rapper Juvenile. You pretty much stuck in the dealership looking, huh? You pretty much thinking that you was going to buy a property, but you couldn't, huh? Oh, you had 10,000 in your pocket, though, but you spend it, though. You got to have the aspect of you got to be ready, man, because there's going to be points where people's going to cash up, take advantage, and they're not going to care who calls them a gentrifier, who calls them a village pilfer, or an opportunistic asshole that gentrify a whole block neighborhood. They're not going to care about that. They're going to have the funding, they're going to have the cash flow, they're going to have the assets.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to fix my shit as we speak. Got to play these markets.
Yeah, man, because I got a lot of truckers out there, man. Prince, I got a lot of truckers out there, man. Truckers in the lowest end that I've talked to make 70,000.
Yeah.
70,000 on the lowest end that I've came across.
Right. That's the
And so when it comes to that, if they do the play, well, I get them connected when it comes to trade lines. And me and my man Brian, we both got that credit repair business locked and loaded. We look at your credit profile, we see that your income is good. If you throw 3-4 trade lines with 20,000-30,000, you can be able to get that nice big credit card from a couple credit unions, Navy Federal, DCU, then go to Capital One to be able to get that 20,000 piece to add on to your pile. But you do your credit funding every 3 to 4 months. 3 to 4 months to make sure that you're not overexposed, one, and two, you can show that you pay down your debts. So you use the credit, you pay it down, and you pretty much get your credit increases either every 5 to 6 months. But with My Synchrony Bank, let me repeat that again. My Synchrony Bank, they give you a credit increase every 3 months. So that means 4 times a year, potentially, you can get your credit increase from 15,000 to 60,000 at the end of the year. Just increase your income, focus on either businesses or something where you can get at least some form of hobby that can increase your balance sheet in your personal bank account to get another bank statement loan. So the bank statement loans win more than anything. So there's people that couldn't get a refinance loan or couldn't get a mortgage loan that managed to get a bank statement loan. It was all good in the hood. They managed to get their lending, get their funding, and do what they needed to do, get in, get out. So don't let certain type of roadblocks stop you.
That's right.
So
I'm gonna have to get with you, man, next week. I'm gonna have to get with you in August, man, and talk some strategy with you.
Yeah, man, it's strategy with me, man.
Trucks.
Yeah, man. With the trucks, you can with Mark will have it where he can have 100% loan to value, so he can fund up 100%. All thing you need to do is have your LLC clean, make sure that's in good standing, it's registered, your EIN is valid, and he can be able to work with you to get some funding on that, get you some trucks involved, rent them bad boys out, get you $4,000 each truck every month. 4,000 to 5,000 each truck every month, get you some workers, and to be able to do what you do. You be the big boss. Prince P will be the manager of them. You will pretty much have your LLC, you have your management, your logistics company, and you can also have a property management company as well with an LLC. So when you do get your LLCs with properties in it, you pay yourself, and you can write it off on your taxes and keep everything in-house. So that means your property management company is not going to be Dale from across the street. It's going to be somebody that you hire, or you hire Dale from across the street to be your property manager, keep everything in-house, pay yourself, write everything off, lower your tax bill, and you'd be good and good. Okay. So what I'm pretty much saying is keep things in-house. If you got a construction company, like Xavier, he has construction connections. So if he has the management ability. He can be able to get the people, hey, that's in construction, create an in-house team, write everything off. He got a construction company registered by the LLC under North Carolina, the state of North Carolina, register it and honor it as a company. So if there's any type of pandemic money that comes in the wind, he can get verified and get some more funding off his construction company, property management company, and any other company that he has outside. Same thing with you, Prince. It can be duplicated with you and Mocha Mommy or anybody that's listening. Always focus on doing things in-house because it can save you money, and it can also recycle some money, where if you do spend it, you spend it with your people.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I got some. Okay.
You spend it with your people inside your house. Everything can be taxed. And plus, we still got Trump tax cuts that's still in effect still to this day that you can still take advantage of. So the LLC situation, it can still be taken advantage in full effect up to 2025. Because a lot of the Trump tax cuts from the tax codes that I read doesn't expire until 2025.
Okay. By that time, you might be able to get the orange man back.
Yep. We might fuck around and get him back and shit. So that's where you manage to take advantage of low taxes, one, having your businesses set up, having everything set up when it comes to your personal credit. You're already a good income worker. You understand the niche and industry. So only thing you need to just do is just duplicate a couple workers, man.
Yeah, duplicate a couple of workers. That's all I need to do. That's what I'm doing. I'm in a good position right now, where I'm able to stack up a little bit more money. I gotta holler at you, man, on the damn strategies, man, so I can go on and knock this stuff out.
Yeah, man, because I'm here with you.
Time to manage some guys. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Time to manage some guys. Time for you to be the boss. It's time for you to be able to smoke the big cigar. It's time for you to be able to smoke the big cigar. It's time for you to be able to smoke the big cigar, the big boss. Man, I love economics, man.
So I might well.
I love economics, man. This is the aspect where you have a good situation. You got a good problem. You got a good problem. People in this chat pretty much got good problems. Mocha Mommy, she's a hustler. She's an entrepreneur. She's an investor. She's someone that's very connected in when it comes to this economy shit. Respect to Mike Shinnery. Mike Shinnery, I didn't know Mike Shinnery was even subscribed to my channel, man. Respect to Mike Shinnery. Respect to all my people that's pretty much coming in. Respect to you, Mike. Big salute, Big Mike. But yeah, like I said, you could still take advantage of the certain tax cuts that was in effect in 2017 that's still effective now. So, like I said, create your LLC, get you a private trust, get you another LLC, get you a private self-employed pension. So every LLC that you do create, you can tuck away $50,000 tax-free. And that's just for one LLC. Just imagine 12 LLCs you could tuck away up to $50,000. So you pretty much have money captured. Your bookkeeping, your accountant, QuickBooks. For people that's listening, when people say, what is your tools that you use for accounting? I use QuickBooks. QuickBooks, please keep your accounting prim and proper so you can take advantage of these little tax loopholes that's coming in and flowing. So, but let me see. Them cuts, and it's mostly built for like developers, to be honest. Does each LLC have its own EIN? Yes, because the EIN for people that's coming in, I want people to have the mindset when it comes to every EIN that you have. Look at an EIN as a social security number. Every EIN is your business social security number. It's your bracket, it's your barcode, it's your branded stake of each LLC. So every LLC has an EIN. Now, every EIN is not an LLC. Remember that. Every EIN is not an LLC, but every LLC has an EIN and a tax ID. And that's because you can get an EIN free on irs.gov, to be honest. For people that are self-employed, people that want to have EIN, That is your EIN, but you don't get a lot of the tax benefits like people that has a full LLC structure can get. With an LLC structure, you have it where if there's any pandemic stimulus money with the LLC, you get that. You're first in line to get that. Any EIDL grants, you're first to get that. Any type of business stimulus, you get that. When it comes to any type of tax cuts, say if Prince bought a G-Wagon under his LLC, under the tax code section 179. So I'm going to type that in the chat for y'all to research. This is y'all homework. See, y'all research and you find new tax codes with me. Section 179. And that is for vehicles and equipment. So he can buy a vehicle under his LLC with a business LLC checking account from the banker that he has to be able to buy a G-Wagon and write the G-Wagon off under the under the Trump tax cuts. He can be able to write off, if the G-Wagon is $150,000, he can write off $30,000 every year up to 4 years. Or he could write up everything up to 4 to 5 years. So that means his tax bill gets a discount and he saves up to $30,000 in his taxes every year, effectively. So the $30,000 that he saves, he can put that money into either some tax deeds to acquire some more properties. He could put that in his stock account to be able to increase and beat inflation or get some good dividends. Or he can use that money to be able to put into a self-employed pension to tuck up to $50,000, like I mentioned earlier, for a tax strategy. So he can leverage the fact of section 179 in the tax codes when it comes to equipment with vehicle equipment. It's that section 179. So yes, every LLC does have its EIN, but you got to be registered, man. We can't have it where we just have a whole bunch of sole proprietors out there, and when there is more potential stimulus, there got people where I don't have my bookkeeping, or I didn't file no tax return, or I didn't know what happened. I don't know what happened. No, that's because you wasn't an LLC. So people get registered as an LLC, operate in your business. Stop buying stuff in your personal. Learn how to be able to buy most of your things under a business, under an LLC, under a trust, under self-employed pension, something where it's not directly tied to you, because you are a business owner. You're operating as one. Start thinking like one. Start thinking like it. So you're in a new brand of class. You are the LLC class, meaning that the LLC class can be able to take advantage of these new tax tricks to be able to not pay as much as people that are lawyers and doctors that are high income workers that don't have a business, that aren't business owners. They are just high employed, high taxed employees. So it says here, Real Deal Financial. I remember we spoke about LLC in Delaware and Nevada states. Yes. And why we always talk about Delaware and Nevada states personally is because of their tax strategies. Hillary Clinton got a Delaware corporation. Donald Trump got a Delaware corporation. Joe Biden got a Delaware corporation. And that's because of their very favorable tax laws and their asset-based protection tax strategy to make sure that people don't get taxed to death. And you don't have a lot of people snooping and trying to figure out who is the owner of this LLC. That's why we talk about Delaware, Nevada, and also Wyoming.
Yeah. So that's why you go to Delaware, Nevada. All right.
Delaware, Nevada. If you're in the West Coast, it'll be Nevada. If you're in the East Coast in New York area, it'll be Delaware.
Well, I'm in Texas. Where should I go?
Well, to be honest, Nevada, hell, you can even start it up in Texas. Texas got a lot of favorable situations compared to California, because it's really by comparison, man. California, they have it where when you start an LLC, you got to pay the state of California $800 to $1,000 a year. Then they have it where if you want to leave the state because of the high ass taxes, then they have it where it's an exit tax of 15% up to 5 years. Meaning that if you leave the state for Texas, California to Texas, California to Florida, California to Puerto Rico, where there's zero income tax, then they cut. They say, we want our cut. You can't come here
Yeah,
to
we know what you
California
mean.
and try to operate business unless you pay our cut.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, that's the loan sharking, man. Yeah, that's extortion, man. Legal extortion.
Legal extortion, bruh. Legal extortion.
Yeah.
Section 179 for equipment. Let's get some computers, some vehicles, and some office furniture and start up these businesses. Well, you can do that off of the aspect of your LLC. You got your corporation either set up when it comes to either corporate credit, and your corporate credit is tied off of real estate. So to be honest, you got to look for a real estate property, then create your corporation. So that's why you got to do both. So it says here, my man Sal, he said, California will swallow you like New York
It's got to
State.
be commercial.
Commercial building, yeah.
So they got to be commercial
At least a
real estate.
12 unit,
Okay.
12 unit, 15 unit, 12, 15 unit. That's when I mean commercial. You don't got to be a big ass property, but at least where it got some units. You don't need a big ass property. You just need some units. That's all. So let me look at this. Yeah, all these Texas oil dudes be chilling in Jackson Hole and Cheyenne. Okay. Jackson Hole and Cheyenne. That is funny. It's funny. California is too expensive for the average man trying to do business. As well, if it's not e-commerce, that's why I tell you, man, if you're in this state, if you're going to do a business, it better be e-commerce, because brick and mortar will lay your ass in the dirt and have their horse running when they lay your ass in the dirt. So pretty much, yeah, they don't have no mercy when it comes here. And yeah, New York be doing the same thing as well when it comes to their taxes. New York is not favorable when it comes to taxes at all, by no stretch of the means at all. But if anybody wants to come in on the panel, this is an open panel. Feel free to join in. If anybody wants to click on the link, feel free to click on the link. I'm going to be on here for a couple of more minutes. The people that want to join in, that want to talk some business, talk taxes, talk financials, talk stocks, real estate, whatever it is, the whole shindig, feel free. But, man, yeah,
Yeah, that Jackson
So if you're in
Hole,
Texas
Cheyenne,
and everything.
Texas oil.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was she talking about that Jackson Hole and Cheyenne?
Well, she pretty much saying the aspect that oil dudes, them oil billionaires, preferably them black oil Nigerians, pretty much sitting back in Houston, itchy bone, kicking it, just trying to figure out what's going to happen next.
Yeah,
because when
I connected to a couple of them kind of cats. They and everything. They in trucking and everything.
Yeah, they ain't trucking. Yeah,
In Houston, Nigeria.
I know. I know some dudes that situation that own a couple trucks and situations like that. But it's more of the point of people need to focus. Like, oil is being outlawed right now. They don't even want people to be driving oil cars. They want people to be driving Tesla EVs. We got to make Tesla rich.
Yeah.
We got to make Tesla rich for us to be responsible, quote unquote, global citizens. But yeah, my brother moved to Austin in 2019, and my mom's is moving to Austin next year. Californians are flooding Texas and Nevada. Yeah, that's why I said them property values is going to be from 300,000 to 500 to 600,000 easily. People that believe me, they're positioning. People that don't believe me, they're gonna be stuck. Like I said, people that don't believe me, they're gonna be stuck. It's a strategy, man. It's all strategy, bruh. And it's not a very complicated strategy. It's just for you to understand what your financials are and what you need to focus on, what's your strengths and your weaknesses, man. There's opportunity out here, man. Because there is people that's literally having aspects of piggy banking off of somebody's credit, off of authorized users, getting a $20,000, $30,000 credit, getting these tax deeds under that credit card, and getting access to some form of property in a specific location. It's all about positioning. But I don't know, man. I preached the choir for all this time, man. I'm about to get off the panel. Prince, you got my phone number, man. Respect to you. Mocha Mommy, salute to you as well. Everybody that's been in. I appreciate all my supporters, all the people that has liked, shared, subscribed, and the people that has answered the questions. If anybody needs to get in contact with me, creditbuilder475@gmail.com. That's creditbuilder475@gmail.com for consultations or just for a free stock list. To be honest, people need to get their free stock list and get informed, but that is my email, get informed. For everybody that's coming in, I respect everybody. Please definitely do the due diligence on section 179. That's the that, remember, you put that as on how to get the G-Wagon on your business as a tax write-off, as an expense. Section 179. Do your research when it comes to that. Focus on high ticket sales, focus on Google, Facebook ads, focusing on We Buy Houses people. Contact those people to find out what they want so you can find a property deal for them and get a cash flow off the check. You know, people need to position themselves. People should just be focused on more entrepreneurial minded stuff. And I believe in y'all, man. Because who's going to believe in y'all more than me? And who's going to believe in you more than anybody? But I'm RDF. I'm Real Deal Financial. Yes, you can get a Bentley under 179. Yes, but it's the Bentley truck that you can get with the 179. I had one Jewish client that pretty much got the Bentley under the 179, but it's a Bentley truck. It's a chunky beast, but you know he's a good dude. You know he's a good dude. He takes care of his people. So respect to Prince, respect to you, Style, everybody that's coming in. My Cash App is $Mr. Perfect 23G. That's $Mr. Perfect 23G. And my email is creditbuilder475@gmail.com for consultations or get your free stocks list or get your free credit repair sheet, man, because you know I do credit repair as well, man. We getting people's credit repair, getting the funding. And I noticed that a lot of people don't even have the funding to invest in certain places. I say so. I did a partnership with Spring Hill Credit Capital, and we pretty much getting people funded and ready approved, getting them credit scores up to 650 and higher. People need to focus on getting your credit repair, no matter if it's through me or somebody else. If it's somebody else, make sure that you get everything deleted, get some trade lines, get some funding, and go get you some credit unions. But I'm RDF, and I'm out.